I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great. Bye, see you could come back. I think about you, can I do? I wanna know if you think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you. How long is it? How long is it? Baby, tell me, baby, tell me. How long is it? How long is it? Baby, tell me, baby, tell me. I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great. Bye, see you could come back. I think about you, can I do? I wanna know if you think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you. How long is it? How long is it? Baby, tell me, baby, tell me. How long is it? How long is it? Baby, tell me, baby, tell me.
Hello, hello. I hope y'all can hear me. So, what's going on with my microphone? There it is. Awesome. Okay, so I did see that Marlon said he lost his great aunt today. I'm very, very sorry for your loss. Um, I know she meant a lot to you, so I am very, very sorry, and I send my condolences to you and your family. Alrighty. So I'm gonna start off with a little bit of wrestling to kind of break the ice and get everybody comfortable. So I strongly recommend for you guys to get all your wrestling stuff out early, and then we'll get into the other stuff. And Alexis says she'll do some more tarot card stuff for you guys today. So everybody's ready to get this train on the road, or the track rather. Let's do this. All right. Hello, Chef Rike. Hello to everybody that is here. Hi, Brandy. Okay, she would make friends with anyone. We would lose her on vacations and find her sitting with people, sipping her drinks. She was my role model. I am very, very sorry for your loss, but I tend to always think of things on the brighter side, Marlon. And if I were you, it's just your grandma had lived your great aunt had lived 3 lives. I mean, she was here for you, and for her to be a great aunt, that's a very long, fulfilling life. And unfortunately, she didn't um, get to see everything, but she did get to. The most important thing was you got to know her, and that's what you have to hold on to. Can't hold on to the pain of the loss. So I recommend that you look on the brighter side of it and try to stick to that. All right. Kenny says she got a mini Zana oven. Rico had a date. Well, isn't that lovely? Hello, Hiram. All right. So let's get into a little bit of wrestling. And for everybody who's coming in, late. We're going to start off with a little bit of wrestling. If you have questions about wrestling, I will answer them. If you want to get all that stuff out the way first, that would be great. So that when we're in the middle of the other stuff, I don't get bombarded with a bunch of questions. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes to ask whatever questions about wrestling you want. It doesn't just have to be WWE. It can be any type of wrestling that I have knowledge of, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge. Okay? Awesome sauce. Let's get into some of these comments. Wait, good. We were supposed to go out on Saturday, but in talk, we have done planned a date for today and tomorrow. Oh, cool. Thanks everyone for the love. I truly need it and appreciate it. No problem. So we have 3 dates back to back. Cool. Hold off on your questions until I give the time frame for the 15 minutes, okay? Because I want to get this stuff out that I have to get out. All right. So, first things first, let's do some good news. WWE finished their overseas tour. This is a picture from their overseas tour that ended, I believe it was a couple days ago. That's Baron Corbin face down for a lot of people who were asking. That is Corbin, who is face down in on the map. And you've got Drew McIntyre here, Ray, his son, the Street Profits, Bianca, Kevin Owens. You've got Finn Balor back there, Shinsuke Nakamura, and of course Rick Boogs is right there. So good for WWE for having a successful tour. Becky also mentioned being over tour and having a success overseas and having a successful tour when they were, especially when they were in Glasgow. So congratulations to the superstars for having a successful overseas tour. And I'm pretty sure the UK and everywhere that they went overseas was very happy to be able to go to a show and actually see the superstars again. Because even though we've had it for the last couple of months, it's a different vibe when you're overseas and you don't get it as often as we do. So happy for them. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. All right. The announcements for most of Friday Night SmackDown have been set. Of course, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Apollo Crews. Now, of course, Rick Boogs will be in Nakamura's corner, and Captain Idiot Aziz will be in Apollo Crews's corner. So we're gonna see who will will out on top. I imagine Nakamura will retain this title. And then we can get into the draft and, possibly move Nakamura over to Raw and shake some things up and change up some things a little bit. Next thing, Baron Corbin, for whatever reason, has a talk show called Happy Talk, and that is going to have its own segment on SmackDown this Friday. I don't know what this is about, but in the grand scheme of things, I would hope that Baron Corbin will be able to get his comeuppance from Kevin Owens. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks that he has been getting, pretty much getting the best of KO, from being on his talk show to attacking him before matches and just laying him out. It's just been a lot going on for KO, and he has been getting a lot of traction going forward. Hopefully, Kevin Owens can get the best of Baron Corbin on this new Happy Talk show, and we'll see how everything goes from there. And the last preview for SmackDown is Zelina Vega versus Liv Morgan. Now, last week, Liv Morgan and Carmella were in a match. It was Carmella and Vega versus Toni Storm and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan hit Carmella with a pretty nasty knee, and Carmella got upset and felt like her nose was broken. She ran from the ring with Zelina Vega. The match was ended on a count out. Morgan cut this promo, and it pretty much ended with her challenging Carmella to a match at Extreme Rules. Now, Carmella did accept this match, and of course, Zelina Vega threw her hat in the ring and wanted to have a match with Liv Morgan this Friday. So this is Friday. This is the last show before Extreme Rules and the last show before the draft. So Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan will wrestle this Friday. And I hope they don't cut the women's segment this week or cut the match down. Let them have a full match. They haven't had a full match in about a month. It's been about a month since the women have had a successful match on the show. You also have some storylines with Naomi and Sonya as of right now. And of course, the tribal chief is still battling with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. And he still has the demon Finn Balor looming over his head. Nino Brown got a lot on his plate. And of course, you still have Seth Rollins and Edge. And I have a feeling this Friday, Seth Rollins is going to get the answer from Edge, and they're going to set the stipulation for the Extreme Rules match. So we have a lot going on for SmackDown this Friday. Hopefully, we'll be able to enjoy it, and it won't be a somber show. It'll be more of a fun show to round out the week. Monday Night Raw was pretty decent from what I hear and from the clips I saw. NXT was just as good, if not better. And hopefully SmackDown will round out the week for us in terms of wrestling. All right, so we're going to move on. I mentioned NXT on our last live. I'm going to mention them again. So next Tuesday after Extreme Rules, we're going to get the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. You're going to have Toxic Attraction versus Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. I hope they do drop these titles. It's about time. And Zoe needs to be on her own, and Io either needs to be on her own or going up to the main roster. Personally, I think she needs to go to the main roster, but that's just me. We're finally going to get Raquel versus Frankie Monet on NXT next week. We get to see this match. I also hope Frankie beats Raquel next week. And we're also going to get Roderick Strong, the new NXT Cruiserweight Champion, against Grayson Waller. And this is going to be a championship match as well. And, of course, we're going to get Lash Legends debut talk show lashing out. So we got a lot going on with NXT. Possibly you may hint, Trey Baxter has hinted at being a superhero type of character, and we'll have to wait and see how things go, how they progress from there. Now, some good news. Let's jump into some good news. Scarlett has said yes to Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross proposed and she said yes, so they are officially engaged and they are going to be getting married. They've been together for quite some time. Before Scarlett and Karrion came to WWE, they were in Impact together. And she was a very good wrestler over there. If you don't know who Scarlett is, I suggest you YouTube her and you'll get some more info about Scarlett herself and her wrestling capability. You'll also see some clips of Karrion and what he's capable of outside of WWE. He's very, very good. So hopefully this new, darker version of Karrion will work out in his favor and he'll be able to get the respect from the crowd that he deserves. But shout out to Karrion and Scarlett on their new engagement. Congratulations to you both. And I hope it works out for you. I hope you get a really dark, vampy wedding that says fall and pray everywhere. That'll be cool. Anyway, as usual, we still have Crown Jewel that is set to happen on October 21st. And this is going to be on a Thursday night. This is probably going to air exclusively on Peacock as it is a pay-per-view for us. It's going to be done in Saudi. This is the first Saudi show they've been able to do in over a year. So you're going to see this match with the Crown Jewel. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns if Roman Reigns keeps that title past Extreme Rules, past Finn Balor. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I have a feeling that Lego Goro is definitely going to make sure that Roman keeps that title and cost Finn Balor that title at Extreme Rules. That's the logical way to save face for the Fiend. I mean, for the Demon, but also, keep everything on the same vein, everything on the same topic. Yeah. So there have not been any other matches announced for Crown Jewel. But I imagine Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg will be announced at Crown Jewel, and I don't think Lashley's going to get that title back either. But we shall see. All right. Final things to announce. The draft is set to debut October 1st and October 4th. So literally right after Extreme Rules, this following week coming, the first night of the draft will be Friday. It is going to be the first night, and then Monday will round out the draft. And then there is always a supplemental draft if it is necessary to decide who the leftover talent and where they're going to go. That also is usually what happens when NXT talent is brought up and they have not decided where they're going to go. So that is going to be exciting for the next couple of weeks to figure out what we're going to do when it comes to the draft. Now, another thing that I want to mention, but I got to take a quick break and I will be right back, y'all, okay? Quick break, I promise.
Genetics.
Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, bed it, drink, drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, drink.
Genetics.
Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, bed it, drink, drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, bed it, drink.
Genetics.
Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, bed it, drink, drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink.
Okay, y'all, so I'm going to finish uploading some of these images, and then I'm going to answer some of y'all questions in a second. All right, it's going to take me just a little bit because I forgot them. So, herd on, ladies and gents.
I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great. Bye, see you good, come back, either. I think about you, what can I do? I wanna know if you think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you.
Okay, so I finally got it uploaded. I apologize for that, y'all. I really do. Okay, so let me answer some of y'all questions. Janelle, I want to save if you guys have questions after I'm done, I will answer them. Just hold off on them first so I don't have to stop and keep doing questions in the midst of me trying to get all this stuff out, okay? So I'll answer these first, and then I'm going to go and finish telling y'all what everything that I found out today. And then I'll give you 15 minutes to ask all the questions you want, anything about wrestling. It doesn't have to strictly be WWE. And then we'll move into Therapy Thursdays. Okay. So do you think WWE makes the right decision on Sunday and give Bianca Belair the title back? I feel WWE not going to do the right decision. I've answered this question so many times. I feel like I am consistently repeating myself. I do not believe that Becky is going to keep that title any longer than she needs to. If she does, it'll be a massive mistake on WWE's part. And that's just that. I hear that Bayley versus Becky was actually the plan for this WrestleMania, but it didn't happen. Do you think they made the right call there? Or should they have faced each other then and there? What? Bayley versus Becky can still happen. So no, I don't think they missed out on anything. Becky wasn't ready as she said she was ready to go, but WWE didn't want to pull the trigger then. I don't think I would have pulled the trigger then either. It was their first major event back, to be honest with you. And if that were the case, they could have had Becky go to Raw. If they really wanted a big splash and it was really about that, they could have scrapped this whole thing with Rhea and let Becky take Rhea's slot. I mean, Sasha Sasha's slot to Becky. So they could have did the same thing with Rhea Ripley. It's no shade to Rhea, but it kind of exposed Rhea a bit to be put in the limelight like that. It took her a minute to kind of get into the groove of things. Had she had slowly been introduced to the roster, I think she would have been given a very fair shake, or rather a better shake. But because she had to be immediately put there due to what was going on with Charlotte, it messed up things for her and her flow and how she, bonds with people when she wrestles. It just messed things up for her. So if that was the case, they should have just put Becky's ass out there. Bayley was still there. They could have just had a crossover match for the brands at WrestleMania and left it at that. Or they could have had Becky go up against Asuka for that title and become Raw Women's Champion if she was ready. They obviously didn't want to pull the trigger for their own reasons. And if they were planning Bayley versus Becky for WrestleMania, I mean, whatever. I don't care. I mean, they could have did it. They didn't have to wait. I'm not right off understanding where that is coming from. But Bayley and Becky can have a match at the next WrestleMania or at SummerSlam because it's just as big as WrestleMania, in my opinion. They don't have to do everything at WrestleMania. So, do I think they made the right call? Yeah, because I don't care. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even trying to shade you, Marla. I'm just telling you my honest opinion. I just don't care about Becky in that regard going up against Bayley. It doesn't resonate with me. I understand her star power and I get it. But for me, I don't care. They could have did whatever they wanted. That match with Sasha and Bianca superseded everything that I saw. So I didn't care. I wouldn't have cared if they had that match or not. No more questions. Wait, they weren't married. No, Karrion Kross and Scarlett are not married. Karrion Kross and Scarlett were together. They were dating. They have been dating for quite some time, but they were not married. He is her fiance and she's his fiance now, but they weren't married nor were they engaged. So it is what it is. Keith Lee versus Big E for Saudi Arabia, I'm sure. Highly doubtful. Keith Lee hasn't been on television in a very long time on Monday Night Raw. He's been wrestling mostly dark matches. So I doubt if Keith Lee goes up against Big E at Saudi. If that's what they decide to do, that's fine. But he would have to be on the Raw roster in order for that to happen. And because I think Keith Lee is going to SmackDown, I don't think that he's going to wrestle Big E for that title. However, I wouldn't mind it. He'd be a good heel adversary for Big E and to be a good first go round for Big E as champion to have a big title battle between the two of them. But I just don't think it's happening because if that were the case, they would have started building Big E They're going to build Biggie right out the gate. They would have had him on television building him up as somebody, as a threat who could possibly be the next person to go after Biggie's title. They haven't even mentioned Biggie on television. His matches have all been on dark, like dark matches or on main event. So I don't know. That just seems odd. It's an odd way to start building somebody for a big event like Saudi Arabia. But that's just me. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, Crown Jewel is happening on October 21st. Okay. The rumor has it, and I saw this on Heal by Nature, so shout out to them, that King of the Ring is happening and it's going to end at Crown Jewel. Now, I mentioned this on my last live, and the reason why I'm mentioning it again is because they have talked about it and it's gaining more legs in terms of the rumor. They want to start the tournament within the next week or so for both the men and the women. And the women's match is going to end at Saudi, as well as the King of the Ring tournament. So we'll wait. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to do, if they're going to have it. But it seems like the Queen of the Ring is going to happen and everything is going to end at Saudi Arabia. Okay. So those are all of the announcements that I have, except for this. Survivor Series is happening this year, and I'm going to give y'all a little bit of tidbit, and then we're going to move into Therapy Thursdays. So y'all saw how the New Day pretty much lost to the Bloodline thanks to Bobby Lashley this past Monday. Weird way to end the match. Referee didn't call a disqualification or nothing. It was a tag team match. It was not a no DQ match or nothing with a weird stipulation. It was a simplistic match, okay? So, Survivor Series is set to happen, right? So I imagine they're going to have the tag team titles defended at Survivor Series, where it would be smart to have Randy Orton and Riddle drop the titles to Xavier and Kofi Kingston. And this is why. Because you need to reprise you need to reprise Big E and Xavier and Kofi going after the Bloodline again, so that it works out in our favor on TV through Survivor Series. They also need to make Raw invade SmackDown. And the way they should do it is, they've already gotten beaten on their own show. You know what I'm saying? They've already got taken out on their own show. So have Big E and Kofi and the whole crew at Smack on Raw show up on SmackDown and just beat the hell out of everybody. And I mean beat everybody, including Roman. Like, Roman can weasel his ass away, but they need to take out SmackDown, because it is just like, at this point, you've been embarrassed on your own show. You gotta, show you got some cojones, okay? There's no way that this wouldn't work out. Like, everybody wants an invasion. Everybody wants to see it. And this is the perfect way to do it, with Big E and New Day leading the charge. Seeing as how Big E's been getting laid out for 1, 2, almost 3 weeks now. Been getting laid out, and he's champion. Okay, on 2 shows, he been getting laid out. Okay, and New Day got beat this past Monday. So, give Big E some comeuppance and have him be the one to lead the invasion on SmackDown. Now, Survivor Series is in November, so they're more than likely going to start with Survivor Series right after Saudi is when you'll start to see the shit for Survivor Series, okay? And then we'll move into TLC, and then there's a mini pay-per-view that's around New Year's that they're going to do for Atlanta specifically. Okay, so those are all of the things we got going on for WWE for the next couple of months. Okay, hopefully we'll have Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring. That should tie up the shows for the next month or so. Give us some matches and matchups that we weren't expecting. Hopefully that happens, because, people want to see new people wrestling. And I think they can shake some things up, especially after the draft. That's going to make an easy shake up. New people are going to be on shows. You're going to be able to see where people are going to be. And then we'll talk, like, after that, once we hit January, it'll be Royal Rumble time, and we'll be able to talk Royal Rumble possibilities. Now, y'all can ask me any questions y'all want about wrestling. It doesn't have to be about WWE. If I have knowledge of it, I will speak to you about it. Any question you want, I will answer it. So again, I'm going to go take a quick break. We're going to switch to Therapy Thursdays, and I'm going to let you guys answer the question. You guys got 15 minutes to ask me whatever you want to ask me. Talk about whatever you want to talk about when it comes to wrestling, and then that'll be it. And we're moving on to Therapy Thursdays, and Alexis is going to come in, and she'll have her cards if you guys want to have the reading like you had last time. Alrighty? So we're going to do a quick breaky, and then we'll come back and do your Q&A section, all right?
Welcome to Jocelyn's Cabaret. Your every desire will be fulfilled. Your wish is my command. I'm here to please you, baby. Do it like it's your B-day. Do it like it's your B-day. Do it like it's your B-day, baby. Do it like it's your B-day. Do it like it's your B-day, baby. Do it like it's your B-day. Do it like it's your B-day, baby. Do it like it's your...
All right, y'all. So if you have comments, please post your comments. And he said, wow, started a whole segment because y'all wanted to read my ass to filth. Sir, that is not true. That is not true, okay? Did you hear that AEW rejected Buddy Murphy? I did not hear that. Really? Why? Hey, Alexis, if you're still in here, did you hear that AEW rejected Buddy Murphy? Did you hear that rumor? If you heard it, please let me know. And I don't remember. I'm gonna go do some research, and while I wait for you guys' questions to come up, because I didn't hear that, and I'm very shocked by that. Okay? I'm very shocked by that. Wasn't Murphy going to Impact? I heard that swinging around a few times. Yeah, Kenny, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that they were going to, and that he was going to Impact anyway. Although he wouldn't reject the offer from AEW, I didn't think that AEW would. I thought he just chose to go to Impact. I didn't know Buddy was like rejected by. That is strange to me. I would imagine Buddy fits their regime beyond repair. You know, he's a pure wrestler at heart. I don't mean any harm by this, but Buddy doesn't really have a lot of character at this point. And I'm sure he has great personality when given the opportunity to. But like, Buddy was very much a very good wrestler. He put on amazing matches. I'm kind of surprised by that. Very surprised by that. Okay, so this info came from Meltzer, and I tend to have mixed feelings about Meltzer. I really don't like Meltzer. A lot of his information is biased, and sometimes when Meltzer reports things, he is so hell-bent on making everyone hate the WWE that he embellishes and lies a lot. So in this case, I think that Tony Khan just simply didn't offer him a contract. I don't think that's a rejection. I just think that he just didn't offer him a contract. I know that Buddy was going to Impact. Impact wanted Buddy Murphy really bad. They pursued him before he even got off his 90-day clause. So it's not difficult that Buddy was one of the people that, Impact was going after, but they were going after him heavily from my understanding. My girl Ruby lost, and I'm conflicted. When you talking about Ruby having her match with Britt Baker, I'm not really lost. I'm not really upset by that. I kind of saw that coming. AEW has a bad habit of putting on a lot of matches, and albeit they're good matches, they don't really have, and there's no ideal to a superstar beating the champion. Most of the time the champion is going to win. They'll have a lot of matches defending their title, true enough, but they're not going to lose them. It's going to be a while before they lose them, and they're not always caught up in storylines. They're just literally wrestling a lot of people, and sometimes they go through the whole roster with AEW, and then they'll bring somebody in to wrestle them, and then they'll be champion, and the cycle will start all over again. There's not really a lot of potential when it comes to possibilities of people taking titles off of people. When it comes to AEW champions, that doesn't happen often, and it's a weird world in AEW for me when it comes to that. Like, when you watch a match and you're like, oh, that was close. But in the back of your mind, these people aren't going to lose their titles. So it makes me check out from watching it, because it's like, well, what's the end game? And they're like, it's just a good match. That's the end game. And I'm like, yeah, but I need something. So I was talking to my husband earlier, and I explained it to him like this. And I think maybe if I explain it like this, everybody will be able to understand. So because I understand that wrestling is not real, and it is it is a storyline structured, choreographed style of a sport, albeit it is still a sport that not most people can do. Okay, it's a very difficult sport. My desire for it to have meaning overrides a match of just physical greatness. So when I watch wrestling, I need the story to validate what I'm seeing. If I just see two people on the show having an exhibition match, it's great, but it doesn't do anything for me, if that makes sense. So that's why sometimes when I watch AEW, it's easier for me to check out, because there aren't many storylines going. And when they do have a storyline going, it's usually outside of the title. And then it's made so obvious that their champions aren't dropping the titles anytime soon, that for me, it just doesn't resonate. Like, Roman's been champion for a year, right? Year plus. Cool. You know that he's never going to drop the title, but all of his championship bouts have had stories. There have been a beginning, a middle, and end to them, starting with his cousin. They all meant something, with the exception of Cesaro. But he made that work, right? Like, they all had a place. Each person that Roman went up against had a place. They were the stepping stone to getting him to the pinnacle. It meant something. It gave him a boost every time he went through another person on the roster. And whether he cheated or whether he, low blowed or whatever he had to do, it added to the story. It wasn't just like a squash match or a straight win. Most of the time he was cheating anyway. But you guys get my point. Like, I need a little bit of substance with these matches in order for me to be invested, because it is a choreographed sport. You know what I'm saying? It's already predetermined who's going to win. So the question you would have to ask is, well, why am I watching this? Do you get what I mean? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Okay. What are you conflicted about? Buddy Murphy been lost since the Seth Rollins parent. Well, yeah. Well, that's my girl, Ruby. I was rooting for her, but I didn't want another ex-WWE person to swoop in and have a title. Okay. Ever since he dropped from Seth, it was like, here's a corny love story, and it was kind of like, man, because people weren't feeling it. If Rey Mysterio's daughter was in her 20s, if she was like 22, 23, I don't think people would have felt so weirded out by it. But because she was 19 and Buddy was in his 30s, it was odd for them. Hello, Morovich. Don't trust Dave Meltzer. Right. Your thoughts to Ric Flair's response to Dark Side of the Ring. Um, it's bullshit. That's not a response. That's you trying to, build yourself up as a good person and make yourself look good in the limelight. You still have not acknowledged that you did anything wrong, and you're not going to. And that's fine, but just understand that I don't have to accept anything that you say, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to support anything that you do, and I'm not going to. I ain't going to be in the middle of the street screaming and hollering, Ric Flair is this and Ric Flair is that, because that's not my style. I tend to pull back and not support anything that you do because I don't care. I'm not going to put money in your pocket. I'm not going to watch anything that you do. And even if you do, acknowledge and solely apologize to that flight attendant, Heidi, and the other flight attendant that you've assaulted. There are too many stories and too many times where you have done this to other women in other scenarios that I know countless of wrestlers know about. And the fact that a lot of people are running around here defending you and also giving you the emboldening you to be able to speak and deny these things without holding you accountable, including your peers, it really makes me side-eye those in the wrestling community, fans and wrestlers alike, who are constantly finding ways to defend you. You all are aware of Ric Flair's antics and how he was. You know that it is probably 10 times worse than the story you're being told. If you are around a person and they're doing that and you are not even saying anything or speaking up, you are complicit. I understand that if it's a bunch of men, harassing a woman, you don't want to get beat up, but you know what I'm saying? You have to have some type of cojones. You've gotta man up. She can't defend herself. So it is not wrong for you to stand in front of the fire to defend somebody, especially when they're defenseless against a bunch of people. In this case, this flight attendant was defenseless against Ric Flair, and nobody stood up for her. And then Tommy Dreamer decided to come out and say what the fuck he said. He's getting all of the smoke. Meanwhile, Ric Flair is flying under the radar, and no one's saying anything to him. So there's a podcast coming out. I'm probably going to get that out this weekend along with the mock draft that we did 2 weeks ago. We're going to get that up, and I'm going to make sure you guys hear it. That's going to be the last time we speak on this, and that's probably going to be the last time I speak on it. But as far as Ric Flair goes, he can go to hell. He can go to hell until he's 70 plus years old. Man the fuck up and start taking responsibility for your behavior. You are a narcissistic child. Anytime somebody's walking around with their dick out screaming, look at me, you really have some severe insecurities. And that has been prevalent for quite some time since you're hanging on to this fantasy of you being able to wrestle by the thread of that thin ass, heavily bleached hair of yours. Sitting up there looking like a lima bean about the head. I need you to get it together. You're a grown man. And because of you, your daughter is having to bear the brunt of your actions. And that's another thing. And I'm going to let this go. Don't blame Charlotte Flair for what her father did. She wasn't even born. She probably was born, but she wasn't around that time when her dad was doing what he was doing. She didn't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. For y'all coming for her, and some of you motherfuckers have been talking shit about his son that passed away. Y'all gonna have a special place in hell for all of y'all who talking about him that way. That man been dead and gone for years. You are wrong, and that is just evil. Do not do that. Mind your fucking business. Nobody's asking you to go out there and grab a pitchfork and start attacking people. Stop doing that shit. You don't have to do no cancel culture bullshit online. You think because you're sitting up behind a keyboard and on your phone and you tweeting and you hollering and screaming that that's somehow going to make him change and do something different? No. I say my piece and then I move on. And that's exactly what I expect all of y'all to do. Let it go. Because he's still going to do what he wants to do. The way you teach a person how they should be acting or the way you treat a person is stop supporting them. You hit their pockets. The company that's supplying them with money hit their pockets. That's the only way you can do it. Period. Let me move on to the next topic. Okay. It's called sports entertainment. Sometimes AEW forgets how important that is in pro wrestling. They cater to a particular audience that likes pro wrestling. They prefer the pro wrestling, but they forget that that is a choreographed sport. They act as if it's somehow a miracle that Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson had a good match. By the nature of wrestling itself, you have two of some of the best wrestlers in the world wrestling. Of course, they're going to have a good match. But I want to see a story. I want to see what you're going to do when somebody is challenging you straight up. And I want to see it play out. I don't just want to see one match and say it was one of the greatest matches of all time. Yeah, but what did it do? It was an exhibition match that ended in a draw. For me, it doesn't do anything. But that's different for some people. A lot of people enjoy that brand of wrestling, and I don't have a problem with that. I just want people to not make it out to be something grander than it is. It just pads Kenny Omega's resume that he went up against Daniel Bryan. That's pretty much what it was meant to do, and that's pretty much what it did. There's nothing else to that. So, I mean, they had a good match from what I hear. Congratulations to them. There's nothing else to say about it. There's nothing else for me to talk about with it. There was no story behind it. They just had a match and it ended in a draw. It was an exhibition match. That's pretty much it. Imagine Vince goes on the dark side of the ring and just airs out everybody for their bullshit. Why would he? He would also be aired out. He's smarter than that. Well, dang, that is conflicting. Tiff, remember when you said send Rick to Shady Pines? Period. That's where that's where he need to be. I don't trust a dude that looks like he's in the beginning of his villain origin story, and it turns out to be somebody bumped into him on the street accidentally. Hell no. Not my cat fighting with his nemesis right in front of me. He clawed at him and he ran away like a bitch. Stray Cat 1, my cat 0. Any man that can stand by and watch and listen to a woman get harassed as a pussy and doesn't deserve a dick. Well, my cat was cleaning himself while he was sitting on me. Ew. I don't like that. She said, fuck Rick. Well, I mean, my sentiments exactly. That flight attendant better than me because he would have did that shit to me. I would have kicked him in his shit. See, it was the fear. Everybody reacts to situations like that differently. I guarantee you this, every woman on this earth either has or will be sexually harassed or sexually assaulted at some point in their life. They'll never tell anyone because they believe it is the norm. They believe it is their fault, but that is not true. It is not true at all. Men don't have agency over us. They just don't. And the more we start to understand that and fight back, the better off we'll be. Highly recommend that you have self-defense tools. They have self-defense keychains. They have stun guns. If you want to carry a weapon, you can. Just make sure you keep your credentials on you. I say go get yourself trained and get a license to carry and carry a weapon with you at all times. It's the only way that these motherfuckers are going to understand to back the fuck up off you. Dead ass. Hell in a handbasket. Any person who could speak ill on will on a person who isn't even around anymore really ain't shit. Y'all really coming for Reed. Fuck you. Let me get with the homeboy in Hades, because hell no. I personally wonder what the underworld would look like. I don't want to know what it looks like. I'm happy where I'm at, and hopefully the Lord sees that I'm doing right and I go home to glory. I don't want to know what that looks like. I'm all right. Pepper spray works too. I highly recommend you take self-defense classes, all that good stuff. Okay, take it all. Make sure you're happy about it, and you focus on making sure and don't make everything a dark thing. Okay, it's not all dark and crazy. Okay, a lot of the times isolated incidents become massive stories, but the reality is everything is not like that. And I don't want everybody to go around thinking that the world is a shitty place and everybody's going to attack you. You just need to be cautious and protect yourself. That's all. I know he's a god of wealth, and I'll be wanting everything covered in jewels. Who's the god of wealth? Hades? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I don't want to know what nobody's underworld looks like. That don't sound like a good place you need to be. Okay? Alexis might have a different theory on that. But for me personally, I'm all right, baby. I'm all right. I'm gonna give y'all 5 more minutes to answer some more questions that y'all might have, and then we're gonna move into the therapy Thursdays. Okay, what do you think they're gonna do with Otis? I don't know what they're gonna do with Baby Jimbo. To be honest with you, I don't really care. I feel like they have been building him up, and he's been beating everybody, and he hasn't done anything. He hasn't gone anywhere. They gave the titles to the Usos, so I don't even know what they're gonna do. I have no idea what they're gonna do or what they're gonna say, or how they're gonna keep building him up because he just keeps injuring people, quote unquote. He just keeps doing that. He's just running around with his thick ass neck and his goddamn one piece. And I'm just sick of it. Him and then Chad Gable's little mini bet my ass is still running behind him. Now, like I said before, I said it many times. I feel like what they should have done is sent Gable back to NXT and had him run with Dynamite. Him being the leader of Dynamite would work for me. And putting Otis in Dynamite would work for me. Could have had a big faction with them. I think Roderick Strong was a mistake. I think you could have get that title from Chad to Chad instead of giving it to him. It would have worked out perfectly. Him being the leader of Dynamite works. He has a snarky, arrogant attitude that would have worked and played off well with Malcolm. It just would have rounded them out. He has enough, the littlest amount of star power would work for Dynamite as of right now because everybody is just vanilla. It's just vanilla as hell. With a hint of spice from the big tall Asian guy, because I don't know his nationality, so I apologize because I don't want to say something that is not right. But it's just he irritates me. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Jimbo, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, Joe. I just don't care. I I don't care. I don't even watch SmackDown when he wrestles. I change the channel. I don't care because nobody's had no comeuppance against him except for the Street Profits. And even then, if I recall, the last time they wrestled, they beat them up. Then it just moved them out of the storyline from them and went straight to the Usos. They haven't done anything with them since. So I don't care about them. I just don't. And it's not because of their booking, because they were booked fairly strong during the pandemic. It's not because of their booking. It's just there's no end game to them because they're not going to get the titles. So it doesn't matter. When will you have Mia debut? After the draft. Wherever they end up in the draft is how we will start to shake things up. You're literally a week out from the draft. There's no point in having her debut on any show. And for the last couple of months, I figured what they were doing was holding her back because of the draft, which makes sense to me. If you're going to have somebody debut on the show, and then in 2 months they're going to be gone, there's no point. Keith Lee came back, what was that, 2-3 months ago? There was no point in having Mia come back and wrestle. She wasn't going to be on TV that much. They weren't booking to build anybody just yet. And they haven't really built anybody new, if you notice, that has debuted after WrestleMania outside of Rhea Ripley. Well, Rhea Ripley debuted before that. Outside of Nikki Ash, they haven't built anybody up that was new that debuted on the roster. And I guess if you count Rick Boogs, you can say that. But mostly everybody that's getting opportunities are people who are already there. And quite frankly, I just feel like that's why they're waiting for the shakeup, and then they're going to start doing some things. Hopefully, they start doing some things. Because if they don't, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to tell you right now. Hades is the richest Greek guy. Okay. Me and this dude gonna go to Cane's tomorrow and then grab sushi on Saturday, and then we're gonna go see Malignant next week. And then we're gonna chill for a week because that's a lot. Well, sure, you know, you don't need to be we don't need to give you way too much. You know what I'm saying? In general, is he thumbs up or thumbs down? I don't know who you're talking about. I'm imagining you're referring to Otis. Ring wise, Otis isn't a bad wrestler. Um, he's okay. Character wise, he's lovable, and of course, as a heel, he's scary enough to work. But Otis always has to have some type of hanger on. Chad Gable doesn't do it for me, you know, but I understand it. I understand people liking Chad, but he's not necessarily my cup of tea. I don't really, you know, like Chad Gable like that. But live your best life. You know what I'm saying? They should have never broke up Heavy Machinery, and Otis should have been cut with Tucker. Um, no, they should have never broke up Heavy Machinery. They should have stayed together. Heavy Machinery could have been champion at least 3 times by now, and they would have had a better roster with Heavy Machinery there. And then if you wanted to break it up because one of them wanted to go singles, then that was fine. But they shouldn't have broke them up. I'm gonna say what I said on Tuesday. Dynamite looks like a bunch of skinheads who got matching tattoos and made a blood pact. I can't. Tiff, what's your favorite finisher? I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I watch wrestling and I like finishers. I like the Code of Silence by Carmella. I love that finisher. I don't know what Naomi calls her submission finisher, but I like her submission finisher. Code of Silence is a submission, but it's a finisher. I generally like Johnny Gargano's DDT that he does. I really like it because it looks devastating. I hate that Roman uses that guillotine because it looks like it hurts. It really does look like it hurts. I hate that guillotine, but it is effective and it is brutal. It looks brutal enough for him to get away with using it. The spear is a good finisher for me. I like the spear. I used to like the stunner, and the RKO is one of my favorite finishers because of how Randy executes it. It always looks like nobody ever sees it coming. It is always like that, and everybody sells it well. And I like the diamond cutter. A lot of people don't talk about the diamond cutter, but it is a dope move too. I'm guessing all the NXT talents that have been doing dark matches for months will also officially be a part of the main roster by the draft. You never know. Maybe they might be in that draft pool. Once the draft comes up, everybody's removed from their respective shows and put into this massive pool, and then they're drafted. Most of the time, the champions are drafted to their shows, with the exception of like the mid carders. Sometimes those titles switch, you know, but we'll just have to wait and see. Nope, I was referring to Rico's new tree to climb. No matter what height, he's still a tree. Oh, it's a crime that every time that man came out to the ring, he really be zooming in the camera on his neck and chin. They ain't shit else to zoom on. They zoomed in on his face, but he ain't got no neck. So it looked like they be zooming in on his chin, but they really be zooming in on his face. Oh, he's had thumbs up. We vibing really well, and he's fine. 6'1" black boy. We both talk shit to each other as a way of flirting. If they do another more Mae Young Classic, who would you have win? Well, first of all, everybody in the classic would be new people, and I wouldn't be able to pick because I don't know who they would have in it. So as far as I'm concerned, if they did a Mae Young Classic, I would invite some of the people who haven't been signed to a show yet, who hasn't been signed to a company yet. There will be PC girls in there who are ready to go in NXT or whatever, and I would have them competing, and it would end at. I would start the Mae Young Classic a month before Crown Jewel. So next year, I would do it, which is around the time they do King and Queen of the Ring. So that's how I would do it. It would end, and you would be able to gain a slot in Queen of the Ring, and you would start your journey on the main roster that way instead of going into NXT. The rest of the Mae Young entrance would go to NXT or back to the PC, in my opinion. But there's no, I don't have enough people to give you a full list of who I would pick for Mae Young Classic. I like the Wicked Stepsister by Candice LeRae. My fave one was on Casey. She sold it so good. Okay, Rico. Rico, you're such a Gemini moon. I'm a Scorpio moon, actually. Okay, so we're done talking about wrestling. Cool. Let's get into this therapy stuff. So, all right, we're going to take a quick short break, and then we'll get to the therapy. All right?
Genetics.
Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it. Fade it. Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it.
Genetics.
Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it. Fade it. Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it.
I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great. Bye, see you better come back. I think about you, can I do? I wanna know if you think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you.
All right, y'all. So it's time for therapy Thursdays. Okay. So if Alexis wants to come in, the link is right there. If you want to come in, the link is right there. You most definitely can come in. All right. Remember when I said I was going to use the Gory Bomb and call it Gemini Moon? Yep. Okay. That is a long reach of a joke because I wouldn't have remembered. I didn't even remember that. But yes, that would make sense when it comes to Rico. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I know that everybody's having a good mental health week, but it will get better. So what's going on? Maybe I can help. I ain't perfect. I don't have all the answers, but maybe I can help. I don't know where Alexis went, but if she's still in here, she, like I said, she can come in and read her card. She's more than welcome to do so. Alrighty. So what are we talking about today? Ooh, those are pretty. Hello, Alexis.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Okay.
Give me a sec. Let me go grab something. See, I don't trust this shit, like, at fucking all.
Well, Alexis is in. I got called a waste of breath by a miserable fuck. Love making people mad. Oh my God.
Dude,
Why are
she pissed
people
off.
What? What? That is fucking horrible. Hiram says, hey. Rico said his week's been good. How have y'all been? I've been okay, actually. I took a nap earlier. I was tired.
He's still mad I read his ass to filth last week.
What?
Rico's still mad I read his ass for filth last week.
Rico kind of walked into that with himself, but I mean, he's happy with his 6-foot Amazon, so live your best life.
Mm. You do you, boo-boo.
He said he's been good. Hiram said he's starting track. J Sav said his week's been good. That's good.
So hey, like I went on TikTok for like the first time in like a month, I think.
A month.
Yeah. Like I've gone through like a really hardcore TikTok detox. I needed it, honestly. I found one of the tarot card readers because I don't really fuck with that side of TikTok anymore. And I'm not even lying. This man wanted you to pay like $20 for like a 1-card pool of tarot reading.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just like, what the fuck? And I know it's like if you're good at something, don't do it for free. But it's like, you really gonna have people come up here and spend $20 to get 1 card pulled, for real?
Yeah, they do it on TikTok a lot. Like, but most of the tarot readers that I've seen or that I've come across on there, they were doing it, and they would just do it at random. So people would put their name in there in the live, and they would read the cards for them. And I didn't really pay attention because that's not my thing. But I have seen some people say you have to cash at me like between $5 and $20 in order to get a full card reading. And
yeah, that's insane.
I was like, okay, y'all trying to make some money. Or they would have to gift them something on TikTok. Because I think you can send money to them on TikTok through those lives.
Yeah.
Those gifts.
Whatever those things are. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone set up.
Oh, no problem. Brandy finna eat some Wingstop. I don't like buying wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, because they don't never season their wings. It's like the wings have to be seasoned outside of the sauce. They just take them straight out the bag and deep fry them and then put sauce on it. It's nasty.
I gotta send you the recipe for those Bob Backlund blackened wings.
Yeah.
Those are good. We made those for WrestleMania. Yeah, they were good because we're like.
I'm feeling very judged right now. You ain't being judged. She did read the cards and you got read and you did get upset because her cards was telling all your business. Child, I might as well crack open a fortune cookie if he charges them $20. I mean,
some of them are really good because they go like really in depth with like the small. I just burnt shit on my finger. A lot of them go in like really in depth, like with stuff, and that's like I would do that, but it's like nothing special, just a 1-card pull for $20, and it's like, look, man, I know times are hard, but shit, times are hard on everybody right now.
Facts. I'm okay. I'm in an art block, so I have no creative ideas. It's a struggle considering that's like my whole brand. Sometimes it happens to me, but the way I get out of it is you have to I like to think of myself as a jack of all trades. Like I can do my own hair, I can do my own makeup, and sometimes you pull your artistry from other pieces. So you're going to have to find other aspects of you that you enjoy doing so you can kind of revive yourself a bit. You pull yourself away from the thing that you're struggling with and focus your energy on what you're capable of doing at the moment. That'll help kind of recharge the batteries. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little bit of the jolt. Or you can kind of figure out why you're in such a rut. But usually that sucks. So yeah, I say go find something else to do. That way you don't have to do it. Might as well charge for a whole meal. Now, see, you know what's funny? TikTok is a weird wild, wild west. Like, I've seen people who have massive followings still, putting their Cash App and Venmo in their lives and hoping people give them money. They beg for gifts on TikTok a lot. And, like, I've seen people who do recipes and stuff on TikTok. And they're like, I'm not going to give this recipe away for free. If you want exact measurements, you got to Cash App me $5. I'll DM you the recipe. Like, it is a racket. It is a serious racket.
And they're smart because they know, like the witch talk side of TikTok. I can't speak for like baking side of TikTok or cooking side of TikTok, but I know on the witchcraft side of TikTok, which is probably like one of the most toxic parts of that whole entire app. You think it wouldn't be, but it is. Girl, you see like people who like there's certain things I don't ever want to do. One of them is I respect it, but it's voodoo, because that's a closed practice unless you're initiated into it or you're born into it. And you got people whiter than me trying to do hoodoo magic for people. And I'm like, you gonna pay for the exorcist that they're gonna have to get when their house gets fucked up? Like, what are you? No, it's just like they got some real shit going on over on that side. And honestly, I'm not with it. I am not with the bullshit. And if you're gonna pay $20 fucking for one tarot card pull, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like you got some fucking balls on you.
I mean, I put it this way: Roman Reigns sent his cameo at like, what was it, like $300 per cameo?
MJF does his for $500 and people still fucking buy it. I'm like, I got more important things to spend $500 on.
He had it at 110, and he was making like, yeah, you can have some. He said his cameo at like $110 during the pandemic it was at 50, and then he set it to like 110, and I mean Big E was making a killing off of those cameos.
Wait, are they still allowed to do those? I thought
they have a third-party deal with Cameo.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I thought that was a no-no for a second.
They put them back up there.
All right.
Kenny wants to go first.
Kenny, what's your date of birth? And I'm using my Golden Girls tarot. I'm actually really excited about this. Witchcraft. You're all supposed to be spooky and scary. I'm like, look at my tarot card.
Yo, B. Arthur card.
Hey. If Sophia Petrillo's good enough to give life advice, she can help me out with these, okay? Just saying.
Yep, I understand. I've mostly been coloring since I set up the colors already. It's been helpful. I hope that works. I pay for Big E before I ever pay for Roman.
Jesus Christ, Kenny. You were like born the year before I went into high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you fucking.
Since Halloween is coming up, what y'all doing for Halloween? 98.
Jesus.
Can I go after Kenny? Sure, Hiram.
Do you have a question or do you just want a random pool?
I like Roman and Big E, so I probably pay for both of them.
Thank you for being a friend.
I I probably would pay for one and have him do it for Tears because Tears is in love with him. She probably cry.
It's like it's one thing to get a cameo for somebody who really likes it, but it's like if y'all ever spent $500 to get MJF to like just get me a cameo where he cusses me out, it's like I'm better than you. No shit, motherfucker. So is half the goddamn universe. I don't need to hear it from you.
Kenny said random pull.
Okay.
Can I go after the young little bro? Sure, Leah.
All right. Well, let me just get this real quick.
I'm
Now,
still
just
gonna do
remember,
mine.
guys, I'm just going to say this one more time because I said it last week. This is just for fun. If I read the shit out of you, my bad. But listen to Tiff. She's not the one playing with Golden Girl Tarot cards. All right, Kenny, you got the Seven of Pentacles upside down. So let me get that in here. Handy dandy book.
While she look it up, I'll read y'all comments. She said, since I'm gonna have the Halloween special on here because I'm not going trick or treating, but I am gonna scare the shit out of my nephews. I already told Jared we got playing this shit out right.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm still gonna do my take on Clueless, but in my style and Tips Halloween show. Ooh, I hope instead of making it red, you know how like Claire that Cher has that red, that yellow plaid outfit, which is really cute.
Iconic.
Like do it in a different color.
Iconic.
Like do it in red or do it in like chartreuse green. You know?
That's kind of Heather's territory.
I don't care, it's dope.
As long as you don't have shoulder pads.
I don't like shoulder pads in my jackets. I hate it.
Hey, that was the 80s thing. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, why are there shoulder pads ever a thing? She goes, I don't know.
They're fun.
All right. So, Kenny, Seven of Pentacles indicates receiving the benefits that are due to you that you have earned by your own hard work. Like a farmer harvesting crops that he has nurtured through bad weather, you are reaping what you've sown. The harvest may still be ways off, however, so keep tending your fields. Now, I should have read this first, so this makes more sense. Bad, Alexis, bad. Okay, so what the Suit of Pentacles means, should have read this first. Pentacles are often depicted as disc of gold. And interesting, the pentacle is a powerful symbol in magic used for protection against harmful influences. So there can also be a suggestion that money and material resources can provide protection. Suit of Pentacles has come to represent people who deal in the economy, captains of industry, professionals, accountants, entrepreneurs, or shopkeepers. It includes bankers, lawyers, businessmen and women, stock traders, and the world. In other words, most of today's middle and upper middle classes. Pentacles can also symbolize those who desire to upgrade themselves financially, who understand money and how it works, and who respects the power it confers. In readings, pentacles often point to an increase in the finances of the current and can find success in business, a raise, or relief from financial difficulties. Therefore, in general, the appearance of pentacles is a positive note on temporal basis. As pentacles represent the element earth, they also indicate groundness in material and physical world. You fucking Taurus. I swear to God. They can suggest concern about financial security, career, or whatever work you do as your livelihood. In some instances, pentacles describe other types of material resources, physical capabilities, or health conditions. Now, since this card was reversed, it says you are experiencing disappointment or failure in some enterprise. Financial difficulties, usually the result of an unwise investment or loan unpaid, may be causing you concern. It's time to adjust your attitudes about how you use money and how you yourself are responsible.
Well, this one's focusing more on your financial budgeting, your spending. So, from the way it's reading, you need to get a grip on it. You need to find a way to budget it out or budget yourself, put yourself on a budget and learn how to stick to your budget. That one's pretty. She said it's the damn shoe.
It's
That
not
was-
the damn shoes. Weren't you just talking about getting the hell out of Dodge?
Yep. He was trying to get a new apartment.
That you want to get out of you want to move and all that?
It's telling you to focus on your budgeting. And because you pull that card and what it actually means, you already have a good grip of that. You just need to focus on it.
Okay, and Kenny, I got you one more card. It's the Four of Wands. This reverse position of this card means you are celebrating your good fortune in a quiet way. You may be expanding your property holdings or creative output without fanfare. Financial gains may be more modest than if the card were upright, but you are satisfied with your accomplishments in the sense of having done a job well. Your public image, your relationships, and your sense of self are favorable. Girl, your cupcake business is taking off, and you're not gloating about it.
But you real low key about it. You'll mention it in passing, but you don't really brag about it too much. You'll be like, "Yeah, I got an order of 72 cupcakes." I'm like, "Bitch, what? Didn't you just have an order yesterday? You just had one." It's just you're prospering, so just stay on the path with it.
And the wands are linked with creativity, drive, energy, enthusiasm, willpower, and outer world activities.
Yeah, you already like going to the haunted houses and shit. So
yeah, guys,
yeah.
Take it from your witch friend, or as Tiff's weird white friend. The closer it's getting to Halloween in October, because the way that the stories used to go is that's when the veils are the thinnest between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Don't fuck with ghosts, spirits, anything like that, because I ain't coming to save your ass. Where's Maj? I know Kenny's in here. Where the fuck's Maj? I'm staring him down.
Listen to us. He don't give a shit. I don't care.
He says he wants to be possessed. I'm like, boy, you are a freak, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anything up in there, he happy.
All right, who's gonna go next?
Hiram's next. Hiram, you
what's
your birthday in? Excuse
date
me.
of birth, Hiram? Nika's gonna be Bianca Belair.
For Halloween, yeah, she said. I knew she was gonna be Bianca for Halloween.
Harley wants to be Wednesday. She wants me and Daryl to be Gomez and Morticia.
Oh, that's cool.
You know how long I've been waiting for that?
Before
she was even a thought.
I'm working on getting little cards to just give out when I do orders. Thank you for the reading, Big Sis Lex.
Hey, no problem, Kenny. I want to see you succeed, girl. So I want to see you move out and get your own place, even if it's with a roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiram was born in 06. I had graduated. That's a year from me graduating high school. I was just graduating high school, actually, because I had to go back to summer school that year. Ooh.
I graduated in 2003. Y'all are making me feel old.
Jesus.
Hiram, do you have a question or just a general pool, love?
I was in second grade when he was born. Second grade? What the fuck? I was in fucking high school.
I'm gonna end up going to Shady Pines. What the fuck?
Hell no, y'all niggas young as hell.
I was 21.
Yes, you were. I was 19, getting ready to be 20. It was March of 2006.
You were 20, finna be 21.
What's up, kitty kitty? Did I scare you when I did that? I'm sorry. Not really, but.
And he said just a general pool.
All right, one more good one of this. And... All right.
Oh, I was 19.
All right, Hiram. You got
You wouldn't have been 21 if you were in 05. You were 19.
Six
You
of
were
Swords.
20. I'm trying to figure out how you leap 2 fucking years. How you do that? What's wrong with you? I'm like, I know
AJ
damn well
does
I wasn't
math.
no 20. Hold on. I know damn well I wasn't no 20 in high school. You're not finna make me out to be stupid. Okay? That was not the case. And you said it loud and proud, like you was 20. The fuck I was. I know how old I was in 2006. You ain't finna make me old because your ass was old. Shit.
All right. All right. So Hiram got the Six of Swords. So the swords symbolize events, conditions, situations, or attitudes that may be difficult or challenging. However, as a result, they also represent the growth and development of the conscious mind. When swords appear in a reading, you may be experiencing stress or problems, but these are making you think. The suffering associated with the swords can also be the result of overanalyzing situations. In our modern society, where left brain logic is favored over right brain intuition and feeling, swords can represent the alienation that comes from cutting yourself off from your inner self. It's also shown that. Okay. Usually it's shown in battle swords. They suggest power and authority wielded for some purpose rather than physical fighting. Okay. This goes like something else. Okay. Others see a spiritual side to the swords as well as the obstacles, pain, and difficulty sometimes associated with them. This is because we often come to a spiritual path through intense suffering of some kind, be it mental, physical, psychological, or emotional. So let's see. Six of Swords. Six of Swords indicates that you are moving away from past troubles, putting them behind you. It marks the beginning of a new phase after a time of upheaval. You have stabilized yourself and enjoying a new peace of mind. This is the calm after the storm, a period of smooth sailing with relatively few problems ahead. This was upright. This is the time of integration or reintegration. Harmony and ease prevail. New people you can trust come into your life. After some intense suffering, you now feel optimistic and balanced. This card also indicates a move or a journey over water. The destination may be unknown, or the effects of the move may be uncertain, but luck is on your side, and any change you make will go smoothly.
So it sounds like you had some conflict and now you're at the point where it's over and it's time for you to move on from it. I don't know if that's the case, but the card she read basically is telling you that the storm is over and it's time to prosper on. So whatever you was going through, even if it was as painful as that card is saying it was, it's time to let it go and move forward.
And if you actually see on the card right here, if you guys ever watched Golden Girls, it says Stan right there.
Yeah.
And Dorothy's in the boat getting away from him finally.
Yeah, but he was toxic as hell.
They were the original toxic relationship.
Period. That really blew me. I'm like, I know damn well you ain't gonna sit up here and say I'm 20 years old in the fucking 12th grade. What's wrong with you?
Hiram, does that fit anything right now, or?
He said that's true. I was going through family issues and depression. Well, the cards say leave it behind. It's time to prosper on.
Yep. Often, I was reading this, and it says, often the images reveal suffering or strife, perhaps indicating the struggle involved transforming experience into knowledge.
Well, there's that. But who was after him? Aaliyah? Yeah, Aaliyah's birthday was, did she put hers in here?
I don't think she did. Hiram, I hope that helps you out, and I hope everything turned out good for you on the end.
Yeah, I don't see her birthday. And Leah, you're up. You gotta put your birthday in, sis. He said thank you.
Welcome, love. Feels like we should be doing like a late night like infomercial, like fake 1-900 number or some bullshit. Do they still have those, or am I just showing my age at this point again?
No, I don't think they still have info. They have a whole channel dedicated to infomercials.
Do they really?
Yeah.
The future is now, I guess.
Aaliyah's here. She said July 16th, 1999.
Jesus Christ. Let me go take my Metamucil and then I'll get right back to you.
99. I was in
I was
7th
freshman
grade.
year.
I was in 7th grade in 99.
I was about. That was the last month before I started 9th grade in high school. Oh my God.
That was summer. July 1999. Oh, yeah.
Aaliyah, do you have a general question or just a pool?
Going there after your own one.
Yeah. Those still run because when whatever I'm watching goes off, Adam and Eve infomercial comes on. They do. It depends on the channel, I guess. Well, TNT runs infomercials. They start running their infomercials about 3:00 in the morning. They don't stop till about 6, and then they start doing the reruns and stuff again. So yeah, they still put infomercials on, but they got a whole channel dedicated to infomercials.
They really, man, they wonder why people just and they wonder why people just fucking watch YouTube and Hulu.
Yeah.
And like that's like QVC. You know how much money you could possibly lose in like just watching that shit for 2 hours?
Oh my God. The jewelry one, that's like QVC, where it's nothing but jewels. You can get
That's
loose.
up here in Knoxville. That's their main headquarters.
Oh my God. You can just get loose jewels and just buy a whole damn ruby from the infomercial channel. I said, what the hell?
It got so bad when I worked at UT, they had to block that channel just because of all the people who were buying shit when they were like heavily medicated.
Oh my God.
It's funny, but it's not funny. All right.
Not that's all my aunt does. They can't help it. Nah, those chat line commercials still on. They said it was a party line. I used to use a party line. That's
Party
a story.
line. All right, Aaliyah, you got the 8 of Cups.
Hi, Tirza.
Hey, Tirza.
You got the 8 of Cups, you said?
Mm-hmm. Why do I look like I'm stoned in my reflection? What the fuck? Look like I belong in the craft. What the shit? Okay, so the cups describe emotions, love, romance, social relationships, congenial situations, culture, comfort, intuition, and the unconscious. The love shown by these cards are just not romantic love, but a friendship and the love of one's fellow humans as well. Kindness, compassion, and geniality are depicted in the imagery of this suit. Thus, the cups are almost always considered positive. If there's negative factors in the reading, a cup card will negate the bad omen, help make a situation better, or point the way to a solution. Okay, so 8 of Cups. Blur, blur, blur. Okay. The only solution seems to be to turn your back on a situation and go in another direction. What's there isn't working as expected or isn't important anymore. You know what you want and won't settle for anything less. You are running away from without facing the problem you want to escape, taking the coward's way out. Things haven't worked out as you hoped, and you want to bolt without giving the situation a second chance. If you split now, you may regret it later.
So, Aaliyah, you're going to have to tell us what's going on here. If it makes you feel any better, I look high every day. Yeah, Kitty, I'm not gonna lie, you do look high. You do you do look high, sis. Yeah, I love you, but you do be looking high sometimes. For real. Who is Alexis doing readings? Yeah, she'll pull a card for you if you want.
I'll pull a card for you, and then Tiff psychoanalyzes it.
I didn't get to hear everything she said about the card because somebody had sent me a text message. So
just the 8 of Cups. Solution seems to turn your back on a situation and go in a different direction. But pretty much since it's upside down, it's saying you are taking the coward's way out and you're not facing the situation head on. Facing it head on will be the only way to settle whatever's causing this.
Oh, so it seems like you've got a little conflict too, love, and you have a way of just ignoring it and hoping the problem goes away. Yes, that does not work. Okay, it never does. Key says should be high on life, child.
Man, see, I'm telling you, out of everybody, Kenny and Maj are gonna fuck with something this Halloween season, and they're gonna be like, Alexis, can you come help? No, you're on your own.
Occasionally, I think about switching careers, but I generally know I really love what I do. I don't think it's talking about your careers. I think it's talking about something else. It is something that obviously causes you a lot of pain and grief that you're avoiding. You don't want to deal with it. You're treating it as if it'll go away on its own. So whatever it is, and if that's not the case, and this applies to your career, it would stand to reason that it could be two ways you could interpret this particular card. One, if it applies to the career that you're talking about, and you're saying that I generally think about switching my careers, you got to learn how to focus. You gotta stick with something, and then you've got to roll with it. I'm not saying you don't have to have a backup plan, but you do need to understand that a career is just that, a career. It's gonna have highs and it's gonna have lows.
Okay.
So
I got another one here. It's the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles indicates a security conscious person who is holding tight to money and material possessions. You may fear that loss is in the offing and are trying to prepare yourself by closely guarding what you have. Or you may simply be overcautious and conservative in financial areas. You may be trying to make something happen prematurely, or you're holding on too tightly to your current circumstances. Perhaps you're quarreling with someone over money, such as in a divorce proceeding. You need to loosen up and have more trust in the universe to provide solutions. Has someone told you that the career path that they're telling that the career path you want to take wouldn't be good for you financial wise, and they're trying to force you into something else?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is there like a parental figure or someone in your life that's like, nah, I mean, it's your dream job that you're going for, but they're saying that financially it's not a good idea to go for and trying to force you into something else?
I genuinely know I love what I do. Oh, I mean, is it not making money right now? And you're like thinking about going to another career because it's not giving you an instant payoff? Because that just goes back to what I was saying. You have to trust in the career path. No career path is going to give you instant gratification. It takes time, especially when you own your own business and you're service-based. So if that's the case, you've got to trust in your skill and what you're capable of, and then you move forward from there. Anything else, it's just white noise at this point. If you believe that you're good at what you do and you have a great skill set and you can create, things that people will want to purchase because it's trendy and it's hot right now, and you can make good money, then do it. But you're gonna have to, right, Tirza? Right? I was 19 too. Jesus. You're gonna have to knuckle down and focus. So, she said, yes, I don't really want to work in the salon, but I know it could help stabilize my business to start with. No, I know I'm really new in it. Honestly, you don't have to work in a salon to do what you're doing. Here's the point. So I'm gonna help, and then if Tirza wants to read, she can have one. When you're in a service-based business, it's really, really easy to get discouraged because you are working in a field that is based off of clientele only. Okay. In a salon, yes, you will get constant flow of clientele, but you will lose a lot of money. It is easier to be your own boss and have your own schedule. I would suggest being a traveling nail tech. I told this to my friend the last time I talked to her. Being a traveling nail tech can get you more money because you'll go to the client. In this climate with the Delta variant, maybe that isn't the case. I would focus on your press on nail business. You need to advertise. You need to get your Instagram set up a TikTok. TikToks make you a lot of money. They because they push out the videos to those who want to see it. So when you get on TikTok and you start pumping out videos, if you do it every week, at least 2 videos a week on the minimum, you'll get a minimum of 1,000 views. And it'll be just in the area that you're pushing those videos out to. And then you can and YouTube has shorts as well. Those shorts go out faster than any YouTube video you can think of. You can start there as well. You need to start putting your work everywhere you can. Sign up for Style Seat. Style Seat is good for service-based people who do hair, nails, or whatever the case. If you do makeup, if you're an esthetician, those are places you need to start. You also need to have business cards. You need to have an Instagram with your work on it. You need to have clients. Make sure your clients are a big part of your word of mouth. It is all about how you structure your business in order for it to succeed. And that's it. You're service based, you're not selling products, you're selling a service. You're good at it. Just do what's necessary to get yourself out there.
Aaliyah, I got you one more, and it says Ace of Swords. Like all aces, the Ace of Swords indicate a new beginning. Most decks, blah, 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 blah. This ace indicates a triumph over difficulties through the use of mental means or spiritual growth. It's embellic of a major breakthrough. As this is an extremely positive card, the reverse position only indicates delays or glitches. What you plan for in the mental plane may not come into manifestation on the physical plane as quickly as you hope, and this may be causing frustration and tension.
You just said that you were having a creative block and you didn't know what you were going to do about it. The point is, what you have to do is take a break from what you love. If I were you, I would start looking at inspiration in other pieces. Art begets art. So instead of coloring, I would go and look at actual artists. Try Jackson Pollock first. He's the one who uses pointillism to create his pieces, and they're very big and splashy and bold, and you can see a lot of things that way. I also would suggest you look at Bob Ross. Bob Ross is someone who really literally takes strokes of paint and makes it look like fucking art. And everybody who follows his paintings, like his tutorials, it always looks similar to what he's done. So it's not like you can't do it. It's just a matter of sitting down and do it. Other mediums of art can help you create a different tunnel for you, and it'll break that you have when it comes to your nails. But also, you need to follow the trends. Social media is always going to be one of the best tools when it comes to your business, because in service-based business and art business like nails and hair and that stuff, people come up with ideas and it becomes a massive viral thing. You understand it's a big pool to be in, but if you jump on it very quickly, you'll see that your reach will rise. You will have an amazing amount of people, and you won't have to worry about finding the clientele. They will come to you. So it's really just about how you want to push your business forward, and if you're ready. If you're not ready, then you're going to continue to have these problems. But you just got to keep going, because it's never going to be easy. That's why most people don't have businesses. It's not easy to run a business. It takes a lot of money, and it's hard and stressful. And people are little bitches. They are some people are just whiny little bitches. You just have to roll with it so you can get the money. It's a lot of money. At the end of the day, just do your job. Don't worry about it, and stop second guessing yourself, because I feel like that's what you're doing. And that's probably part of the reason why you're in this rut. according to that card, if you stop being so hard on yourself and just move forward, you'll get everything that you're asking for. But if you want to work in a salon, that's not a bad idea either. You can gain your clientele, then you can leave the salon and have them come in to your own location if that's what you want to do.
I had a friend of mine when COVID-19, she was a nail tech. When COVID-19 hit, she just had her the people who she normally saw on like a weekly, monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
She just came to they came to her house, or she went to them.
I told you. You could be a traveling tech, but like I said, it's hard because of COVID. And I don't want you to get sick.
No.
So I would say do the press-on nails. All you gotta do, look, I'll give you a little clue. When it comes to viral trends, a lot of the magazines will post those viral trends for you for the year. And I would wait until they post the color of the year, because they usually will do it like around it's usually
December.
at the end of the year when they tell you the color for 2022. I would wait until they post that color of the year, see what the viral trends were for the year, and then I would work on press-on nails for each viral trend. And you put it up on your Instagram, and then you tag it. You tag it viral trends, trending, For You page, Explorer page. Put it up on Instagram, get a Facebook, put it on Facebook. Facebook has billions of users, and you can create posts and you can promote them. You can pay to have them promoted to certain people. Here's another little piece of tea, okay? Facebook and Instagram have collected information on us by the algorithm. Facebook got it via what we like. So we told Facebook what we liked. We told Facebook we like heavy metal. We told Facebook we like R&B, that we went to this school, that we like this. You can structure all of your business advertisements specifically to people who like nails, and it will only go to them. And then you'll gain a whole bunch of people to follow you on your page. You can do the same thing on Instagram and on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay you can set how much you want to pay for it. You can set it to go up on Instagram for maybe a day or two, and you pay $20. And that ad will run on Instagram on everybody's social media that likes that type of content. And you'll have a whole following in like 3 or 4 days. And you can market to them. It ain't hard, I'm telling you. You just have to have a little bit of money, and you got to be a little bit strategic about it. I recommend using Instagram. Aaliyah, Facebook is too much. The Happy Little Tree Man, his voice is so soothing. Yeah. Bob Ross. He has like there's a whole YouTube channel with all of his paintings and stuff on it. Even when you have the money, it's extremely hard to run a business. Facts. I want to open my own dance school, as you know, and I know it's going to be extremely difficult. Oh, I got a couple of those done. Exactly. Hey, Tiff, a friend of mine that's like a sister to me had passed away. Her ex-boyfriend found out where she was, and he shot her in her car 10 times. And then he killed himself. She was only 20. My Lord. That is very, very, very disheartening. And very, very sad. I am very sorry that he was a coward, because he was a coward.
He's not a coward. He was a pussy.
So, I'm very sorry. That is very disheartening. She was only 20 years old. She hadn't even lived yet. Oh, Jesus. Oh, goodness. There ain't no words of encouragement that I'll be able to say to make you feel better about that. But all I'll be able to say is that he was a coward. And he was too chicken shit to at least pay for it. So he took himself out. But they always think if they do shit like that, that they somehow are gonna be with the person that they're so obsessed with. They're not. He gonna be tortured for the rest of his days. He gonna never have no peace. And that's because of one, the life he took, and because of the pain and the hell he put other people through. So I guess if you want some solace, you'll know that he ain't gonna never have no peace. Never. But she will. Because she was innocent. That's a hard ass life. That don't make no damn sense. Now, on a lighter note, I'm finna start cussing, so I hope y'all. I went to BH Cosmetics because I wanted to get a mirror. I wanted a handheld mirror. I wanted that DC Comics Batman collaboration mirror from what was it called? It was from
Makeup
Revolution
Revolution.
Beauty. Yeah, I wanted that one, right? They were sold out. They didn't even like announce that it was happening, right? They sold it was sold out, and I was so goddamn mad. I was like, okay, I want a nice mirror. I want one that's heavy and it has like a really nice aesthetic to it, right? So I saw that BH Cosmetics had a collaboration with Iggy Azalea, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. So hold on, I'm gonna come on camera in a second. I'm gonna show y'all how big this $11 mirror is. Okay,
Please tell me you did not just spend $11 on a fucking mirror.
$11. Hold on.
Lord, this
So,
thing better be.
Tears, it says Cardi B's nail tech works at a salon here in NYC called Nails on the 7th. And she was her client before she got famous, and she would always, and still does, post her nails on IG. So all it takes is one person. Aaliyah, you can do it. I love Jenny. She's so cool. Yeah, Anthony, I'm so that's fucked up. Like, that is really messed up. I'm gonna show y'all how big this fucking mirror is. Y'all gonna be like, are you kidding me? No. Look.
Girl,
This
you
is
spent
the mirror.
$11 on that tiny ass.
This is the mirror. Let me put my phone next to it so I can give you some
You got
perspective
fucking gypped.
of how big this mirror is. This is my old phone, and this is the mirror. This was $11.
Girl, you got gypped. Send that shit back.
This is my face. The mirror does not fit my face.
I'll go
This
to
is
Marshall's and buy you a
$11.
Jeffree Star mirror because that's where they're all headed anyway.
Oh my God. Like, and I was like, I just want a nice mirror. And I saw this one. It's cute, right? It's cute. And it says totally plastic on it. That was the theme. Because, you know, like Azalea had the whole share thing, and then she did this. So I was like, what the hell? And then, like, I have a handheld mirror. I just wanted a really, really cute one. I saw this. I was like, oh, that looks like it's gonna be cute. It's not heavy at all. Like, look at the plastic. Look at this. Look at this.
That looks like something Harley has as a toy.
Right.
That looks like a child's toy.
I was pissed. I
Send
opened
it back.
I can't, because
Why
it was on sale. It was on sale for $11.
That's why it was on. What was the original price?
$20.
They wanted $20 for that tiny ass little thing.
$20.
Oh my God.
And I was pissed. And the only reason why I didn't go to Dollar Tree and get another handheld, because I have one. I have a Dollar Tree handheld mirror. I wanted something that was had a design on it, and it was really cute. I didn't think that the mirror was gonna be this fucking small. And when you go to the website and you look at it, it doesn't look like this on the site. So I was just like, this is some bullshit. Like,
You got it. What's a tarot card that says you got screwed?
Right. Like, I'm like, it's okay. Y'all can have a funky ass $11. I haven't bought anything from BH Cosmetics in years. years. I was so goddamn mad. And I was like, because this is how it comes in a package. This is how it comes. So you look at it and you're like, okay, this is going to be cute.
The package is bigger than the actual fucking mirror.
I showed my husband. My husband like, babe, just the mirror you've been looking for? I'm like, no, because this ain't what they was showing me on the damn website.
That's what they're showing you on the damn
This
website.
is bullshit. I was like, you know what? That's why Iggy Azalea got called to Becky, because of that shit. Because of this shit right here. That's the reason.
They called her that?
VH1 is usually affordable, so I don't know what the fuck or who the fuck marketed that and priced that at $20. It was $20 when I went to the site. They dropped the price to $11 and they left it at $11. And I was like, I got $12 in the bank. I got enough money to buy this. I'll buy it. It wasn't that expensive. And then I had added like some brushes because I do like BH Cosmetic brushes. But that made me mad because I was like, this was not $11 worth. Like, there are mirrors at the Dollar Tree that are twice this size. And I only spent like $1 on them. Are you serious?
Hold on just a sec. Hold up.
I'm so pissed. I need a floor-length mirror, like with roses and skulls and stuff on the border. But a simple black floor-length mirror would do. Why don't you just do that yourself? Kenny, you can buy the roses from like Michael's and stuff and get a hot glue gun and put it on there yourself. You ain't gotta buy it like that. You can make that mirror yourself. The only reason why I bought this is because I thought it was gonna be cute. So when I do my videos, you can see, the little mirror, and I don't have to keep doing my makeup in my little Dollar Tree mirror or my Fenty mirror. And it just pissed me off. I was very, very pissed.
This is the only thing I have from BH Cosmetics.
Oh, the Brazil palette.
That mirror is the same size as this one.
You're not making me feel any better.
No, look at this one. This is this is an indie brand that I got. It's like you got screwed. You got screwed.
Oh God. Am I the only one that be making faces every time I'm in the mirror? No.
I do, because I'm an adult.
I do make faces in the mirror. She was trying to leave Wendy's getting her food and he smashed his car into hers. Then he started shooting, put the car in reverse, but it was too late. Jeez. That's very disheartening.
I'm really sorry.
My sister ex is crazy and he toxic, so my sister left him. She moved to New Mexico and then she stayed there for 2 years. And then he decided to go to my dad and bust the window out of his car. Child.
There's a special place in hell for people like them.
Because I don't feel like hot gluing. Okay, so get you some E6000 glue. You ain't got to hot glue it. Use the E6000 glue.
No, be careful, because that shit, you got to be careful with that, because once that shit's on somewhere, it ain't coming off. It's like that and Gorilla Glue.
Well, I mean, she wants the mirror, and that's going to have to be custom made unless she can find it.
This is Kenny.
She can make it herself. Oh, hot glue guns give me PTSD. Child.
Yep.
Heck, I'd do it if there was such a high likelihood of it breaking. If there wasn't such a high likelihood of it breaking.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful using like E600 and Gorilla Glue, though. So I made this for me and Daryl's bathroom. It's over the towel.
Cute.
But I E600 and Gorilla Glued them. These things will stay on this wall when I'm dead and gone. And they ain't coming off. I made sure. He's like, we got to paint the wall. I said, yeah, funny story. Those things aren't coming off. He's like, what did you do? I love you.
Yeah,
He wasn't happy with me.
That something's wrong.
He wasn't happy with me.
Why didn't you put them on like a wood plank and then put the plank on the wall, but not glue it? Like,
it's me. Do I need to say anything else beyond this point? It's me.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Tirza, you want your cards pulled, you said?
She said I burned myself with a hot glue gun in high school doing a project, and I ain't picked one up since.
No,
They
ma'am.
make
I
other
do,
glue.
I do not trust hot glue. I don't trust it.
I used to have a hot glue gun, and I loved it. I
My
I
mom,
just like heating it so that the glue would come out.
my mom's got a scar from her wrist all the way up to here where she like damn near got third-degree burns from a hot glue gun.
Oh my god! If you can't use hot glue, then you can use E6000 glue, especially if it's your mirror. Gorilla Glue works.
Just
And you
don't do what
can
I
do a
did.
whole bunch of shit. Just don't glue it to the wall. She said, "I'm nervous, but okay." So you have to give her your birthday, and then she'll pull your card. Child, I don't be messing with hot objects. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have hot, like if you don't want to use hot glue, you can use E6000 glue. It works. E600 sounds like a trip to the hospital. It is not. It comes
It's
in a gray tube. It says E6000 on it, and it glues any and everything.
no,
Fabric.
look, as long as you don't use it as lip gloss, you're good.
Yeah. She said, including the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. If you don't want to send it in a box, I don't know, send it to me on Instagram and I'll send it to Alexis. Because we have a private chat on here. She can pull it up that way. Up to you, love.
The only problem I have with E600 is that sometimes because you have to clean around the cap real good because if you put the cap back on, you're never going to open it back up.
She said, I burn myself on my thumb. I look at it every day. They shouldn't have left it going around young preteen girls without supervision. Jesus. E6000 sounds like an accident waiting to happen. It is not. It is fine. I've seen people use it. I have used it. It's not that bad. It is.
No, 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 no.
Let me see. We're just waiting on tears. All right, here you go, Alexis.
Oh, finally, someone else who was born in the fucking 80s. Thank
Right.
God. Jesus fucking Christ,
You feel
man.
you're younger than me though. She was born in 87. So
Oh, hold up. Harley?
hello. Here expecting us to hot glue crafts
What's up, kid?
without adult help at Girl Scout camp. Never again. Alexa's gonna take a quick break right quick. She's gonna, oh my God, I'm itching. Chest. Hold on. I just gonna have to deal with it. It's hot and it's sweaty. Is the heat still on? Great. Shit, Alexis got her cards again. I'm scared to get read like a book again. Shameless alert, go stream down for the count and follow these two hot balls. Also, y'all hit me up for cookies and it ain't hot no more. And I am cutting the oven on facts. Oh, this is cold. Do you know it was 50 degrees today? Freezing. It was freezing. It's the beginning of fall and my ass is still getting beat up by mosquitoes. It was cold today. It was so cold. Me and Brandy live in Cleveland. It was freezing. And they have been like working on my dad's bathroom in here. What, for this whole fucking week? It's been a week. They've been working on this bathroom. We have not been able to like properly use the bathroom in a week. And oh my damn. Every time we walk in the bathroom, it's like a bunch of dust is everywhere on the floor. It's horrible. And it's cold oh and we've been sequestered to the basement during the day because I work from home. And my husband works from home, so like we have to be in the bed. He has to be down there anyway to work. But you think we need to get an extender for that box in there?
That was creepy.
What happened?
Harley was sleepwalking.
Really?
She goes, Mommy, it's time for school. I said, Baby, no, it's not. It's only like, it's gonna be midnight. She goes, okay, is Daddy home? Like, her eyes were not open.
She was asleep.
Yeah. I was just like, baby, I go, come on, let's just, because I don't, you're not supposed to touch a sleepwalker.
No.
I go, come on, baby, let's go in your room. She just walks right back in her room, flops on her bed. And she goes, wake me up in an hour, all right? I said, baby, why am I waking up in an hour? I don't want to miss school.
She was asleep and she was dreaming.
Yeah. She was so
Does she do that normally, or is that the first time?
That's the first time. It's like, usually she comes in, and I guess because like the bright light hitting her eyes, she's like this, like rubbing her eyes, and the cute girl with the teddy bear or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll usually just go, Mom, can I get some water? Mom, can I get some snuggles? Like something like that. This time she came in having a full-blown conversation with me. Freaked me the fuck out.
She was just sleeping.
Demon.
I monitor her for the next couple of days and see if she continues to do that. And then if it keeps happening, I would still take her to the doctor to see if she's gonna be a sleepwalker, and then you guys can take precautions.
Yeah, I mean, she could just be, I don't know, that's like I said, that's the first time, and usually she's gonna run over to my parents' house because I gotta work tomorrow. But I'll let my mom know. She usually sleeps in the same bed with my mom, but I don't know if she was just 317.
That would have scared me too, by the way. It's supposed to say Bays, damn the autocorrect. I'd be considered age solely based on my music taste. Penny is an old soul. She listens to a lot of old music, but her tastes aren't that bad in music, actually. They're pretty good.
And she's got a thing for Mafia, man.
Yeah. You might like the new NXT guy that's supposed to debut. I thought he was supposed to debut this past Tuesday.
Well, so did everybody else, but all right. Tirza, you got 2 of Pentacles. Now, I've had this card before, but it's facing upright.
Okay.
All right, so
Tirza says she got a mosquito bite on her ass.
I don't even want to know. I'm too old to be dealing with this
It's so
shit.
big, you can see it through her jeans.
Girl, I don't think that's a mosquito bite then.
Hold on, I'll be back. Alexis is gonna read the card.
Okay. All right, Tirza. 2 of Pentacles. If I can find my fucking page. Here we go. Pentacles are often depicted as disc of gold, sometimes with a star, used for protection against harmful influences. So there's also a suggestion that money and material resources can provide protection. Okay, so basically this is like part of a money card kind of thing. Let's just see what it says. Okay. 2 of Pentacles suggests either money coming from 2 sources or having to juggle finances to make ends meet. In some cases, it shows financial or business partnership. It is a positive card indicating good fortune and enjoyment. You may be experiencing financial difficulty, but it won't last. Better times lie ahead. A message about money could be on its way to you, probably in written form. You're still in the stage of deciding which are 2 different options to choose. Perhaps you are concerned about financial issues and maybe holding down more than one job or moonlighting to make extra money. It's time to make a choice and stick with it, even though you aren't sure of the outcome.
Tears is pretty frugal when it comes to money. I mean, very tight. So,
Let's see. Okay, hang on. So I just pulled another one here. Hang on. All right, and I got another one for you. Here's us, the High Priestess. High Priestess is the most mysterious card representing secret knowledge. She symbolizes feminine spiritual power, or the goddess from whom all life comes from and who it all returns to. Okay, she sometimes sits or stands between two pillars, which represent the dual nature of our world, good and evil, light and dark, positive and negative. She promises reconciliation on those opposites of those willing to follow the spiritual path to understand universal law. Okay, when the High Priestess appears, she indicates that something hidden or interior is preparing to come forth, or that you may need to pay attention more to your inner world of dreams, imagination, and intuition. She advises you to develop awareness of your night side, so to speak, as well as your daylight personality. Usually the person realizes the importance of developing this part of his life, but may have been holding back out of fear or inertia. Isn't that the thing that makes you sick?
Inertia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some kind of a force.
Okay. The High Priestess may indicate that the person is attempting to hide something that needs to be revealed. Psychologically, the underworld refers to the unconsciousness. In the twilight realm, of which dreams are competent, we encounter our inner selves through intuition and fantasy. The High Priestess represents our potential that have yet to be discovered and brought forth.
It's when you are at rest and you're not doing anything. Inertia means to be completely still.
Okay. Our secret selves longing to be recognized. All right, so upright. You are experiencing awareness of the invisible world where inner changes take place before it manifests in the outer material world. Your attunement to these inner invisible sources is acute now, and you are in a position to take advantage of this. You may want to remove yourself literally from your day-to-day life to go deeper into your inner core. Tune into your inner voice and spiritual awareness. Does anything fit these two?
She said in regards to the first card that it's true that in the sense of my boyfriend and I are looking to do some stuff to the apartment and we're trying to figure out a budget. As far as the second card with the High Priestess, I think that has more to do with Tirza pursuing her dreams, number one, and then she has to identify what those are. Tirza's card pulls are a bit tricky because they could be any number of things from me just talking to her personally and knowing. And then yesterday day before yesterday, I think it was, we had this conversation about her it was yesterday. Wasn't I on here yesterday, Jared?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was. It was yesterday, and she was talking about how her boyfriend was having conversations about getting married. Ooh. And I know that she wants to marry him. I think that card would lie in that same category because you already had the first you were you're already dreaming today. You're already ready to go. So in this case, this part is really tricky for me to decipher.
Okay, hang on. I pulled one more for her. Okay, so you got the Magician. The Magician represents worldly wisdom and a power to control unseen forces that operate human lives. I'm not going to go in the full detail. Okay, the appearance of the Magician in a reading indicates latent powers yet to be brought into manifestation. This card suggests that everything in the universe is before us, and if we learn to use them correctly, manifest the results we desire. Hold on. Where is this card? Okay, this card is primarily about self-development, as tarot marks the beginning of the road to spiritual enlightenment. Okay. This card signifies new beginnings and new choices. It indicates someone who is willing and able to manipulate the situation to achieve the desired ends. It suggests leadership potential, ambition, desire for action, and new relationships coming into being. The tools for whatever I told you, the tools for whatever you desire are already at hand. and the
Those
knowledge
tarot
for
cards
using
are
them
Golden
correctly.
Girl cards.
I also got my punk rock tarot cards, but I like these more because they give you more options.
Now, what was the card again, Alexis?
The Magician.
Hey, Donnie. And what was the synopsis for the Magician card again?
There's a lot. Hang on.
I still think it has a lot to do with the changes coming in the life. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay. That is an echo for your ass. Oh. Let me see if I can get my headphones on.
Where are you, stupid book? Okay. The Magician represents worldly wisdom and power to control unseen forces that operate in human lives. The symbols tell us that the magician is possession of knowledge that enables him to manipulate the material world through aligning it with the spiritual plane to create the desired circumstances.
Okay.
The appearance of the magician in a reading indicates latent powers yet to be brought into manifestation. Also known as the juggler, this card suggests that everything in the universe is before us, and if we learn to use them correctly, we can manifest the results we desire. It is the task of the magician to handle them well, to manipulate and control them for benefit purposes. The magician shows that we would consider to be illusions is another form of reality, and what we consider to be reality can be a mere illusion. This is not trickery, but a deep understanding of how we must learn to use our intellects, intuition, and practical skills to mediate between the two worlds. The magician is a card of power, just as a mage stands at the center of the universe with tools and ability to manipulate it for their purposes, so does each of us create our own universe. The card suggests we have the ability to control our own lives, that we can manipulate people, things, and events as long as we go about it the right way and for the right ends.
It seems like a team that got a lot going on. The cards that are being pulled are going in every direction. She's got her personal life, her boyfriend, like it's her job, the career is going in like 5 different directions. And it seems like hold on a second.
That makes sense with the changes we want to do the apartment to us talking about marriage to me getting a new job. There's a lot of change that's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So, okay, if I'm interpreting it correctly, you're gonna have to start taking the lead in some of these conversations and in some of these situations. Because it's saying you have the power to make the changes to have what you want. So don't wait around for other people to make that decision for you. You already know what you want. Go for it. Oh, thank God. I found it. Hold on, y'all.
Pretty much what the magician card is telling you, Tirza, is that you have the tools to make the decisions that you need to make. And now it's just time to make the right choices for you. And not just for you, but for your boyfriend as well, in the future that you guys want to have together. Girl, you tricky. You tricky. All right, Nika wants one. December 3rd, 1990. God damn it, you damn children.
I know that Aaron wanted to do one.
Who did?
Aaron, Nika, and then Kenny wants to go again.
Okay, Aaron, send me your date of birth. But Tirza, does that help out a lot, though? Does that make any sense? Kenny's like, well, I'll meet the one.
Hold
Oh my God.
on, one second. I'm my earbuds to connect. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
phone. Ah, stupid phone.
You're welcome, Tirza. I hope everything works out for you, girl.
Okay. Also, I found out about my necklace sponsor. Yeah. Everybody else's cards are pretty specific to certain things. It seems like your cards, they're very all over the place, and they apply to different situations. For the most part, it's saying just knuckle down and make your own decisions. You can create your own path. My other brother got birthday by some bacon grease. I hate to laugh. I'm sorry. He had to toss the pan in this thing, and it splashed on his hand. So he had to go to the hospital. Oh my god. Cool. That was great. Alexis. Yeah, it's cool. It was cool. I was gonna say Night and Shining Monster, but I was like, no. You fucking stupid. Oh shit! I forgot this was Stephanie's card, and I was going to ask since he farted.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Absolutely not.
God.
And we have fun. Just mute the damn phone.
If I'm doing it that loud, I got some shit that I need to deal with. Goddamn. All right. Who wanted to go after Tirza?
Aaron did. If he's still in here.
Aaron, if you're in here, I need your birthday.
And yes, he had to get surgery, so they had to take some of his skin from his thigh to his hand. Over bacon grease?
That's a... Hi, yes. All right. What's your date of birth again, Aaron? And do you have a do you have a question, or do you just want a random pool?
Got my local best buy later. I did it. I finally got a PS5.
What? Who got a PS5?
Well, AJ got one. You been had one though. You need to have one. Y'all can come in if you like. And it'll be easier. Don's gave his birthday. Aaron 7/4/2005.
All right.
He had to have a skin graft. Yeah. Her brother had to have a skin graft.
2005. Jesus. All right. And just a random. All right.
I graduated high school in 05. And I was 20. Gary.
Oh. God, I had just entered my 20s. No one, no. Don't want to relive that shit. You can't make me.
2005.
Jesus, I think I was still wearing the belt. Oh, God. No, I don't. That's why I cropped all my shit from like the waist down. All right, Aaron. You got the 3 of Pentacles. I love this card. I love this tarot deck. How come I don't use it more?
How do you like that one?
No, because it's easier. Because it's just got the major arcana ones. I still don't like that they have Sid and Nancy as the lovers, but that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so Pentacles. Okay, we all know that. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. The 3 of Pentacles is the card of craftsman, someone who already has a developed skill in a profession or trade. It is time to turn these skills to profit and success is assured. The 3 of Pentacles usually shows you are planning and conferring about a future action, such as cooperating in a business venture. Since it's upright, you are acquiring marketable skills, preparing yourself for action in the world. Perhaps you're a recent graduate or have gone back to school to upgrade your skills or change your career. You're enterprising and may be interested in commerce or a special trade or business. You can anticipate a rise in prestige and earnings. This card can also indicate a payback period when you demonstrate your abilities and begin to reap the rewards of your efforts, or you could receive money that's owed to you. Does that fit anything?
Sound like you get some coins, my guy. Another random one. That one's done until we get done with this one.
All right. Let me, Aaron, does that sound about right?
Oh, waiting on him to respond. IDK, not really. Another one. Read the card again.
Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, hang on.
Hold on a second, Aaron, because I didn't hear the card completely. So hold on.
Sounded like you just had money coming your way, dude. Okay, 3 of Pentacles is the card of the craftsman, someone who has already developed skill in a profession or trade. It's time to turn these skills to profit, and success is assured. The 3 of Pentacles usually shows you are planning and conferring about a future action, such as cooperating in a business venture.
Oh, I know what this is. Go ahead.
Okay, you're acquiring remarkable skills, preparing yourself for action in the world. Perhaps you're a recent graduate or have gone back to school to upgrade your skill. Why can't I fucking read? You are acquiring remarkable skills, preparing yourself for action in the world. Perhaps you're a recent graduate or have gone. What?
Your sound is going. It's really, really bad.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's robotic.
Oh shit.
1 second. Oh, no. Okay. Does that sound better?
I mean, I can hear you fine. How do I sound?
Can't even. That audio is just. There was a feedback with it. Okay. I think that's better.
All right. Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. Says you are acquiring remarkable skills, preparing yourself for action in the world. Perhaps you're a recent graduate or have gone back to school to upgrade your skills or change your career. You're enterprising and may be interested in commerce or a special trade or business. You can anticipate a rise in prestige and earnings. This card can also indicate a payback period when you demonstrate your abilities and begin to reap the rewards of your efforts. Or you could receive money that's owed to you.
Okay. So mine is gonna echo like I can't fix it. The card is talking about a skill you have. So it is something you're good at, something you believe you're good at, and it wants you to follow the skill. It's some type of career path that you want, something that you want to focus on, that you believe is your career or that's your path to walk. I want you to focus on that, and it's gonna work out in your favor. So is there something you want to do specifically career wise, or is it something you're good at that you were thinking about turning into a career? Because that's what that card is talking about. That leads to money. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this echo.
You know, left me to deal with everybody.
Okay. It ain't gonna fix.
Two things that I have is WWE Superstar.
Two things that I have is WWE Superstar commentating for them or sports in general. Well, it's saying if it is a skill that you've acquired and you think that you're good at it, that's a career path for you to choose. I wouldn't go so far as to take the card to 100% hurt. I interpret them as how she reads it. So the best thing I would say is to follow your heart. If you think that this is the career path for you, and this is what you aspire to do, this is your dream, follow your dream. It's the simplest explanation for that. All right. Let's go back to Donnie.
I'm gonna do Dawn, and then I'm gonna do Kenny, and then I think I'm running out of gas, so then these are the last two of the night.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless you want me to read you, Tiff.
Nope.
You don't like it when I do. You don't like that when I do that, do you?
No. No. Nay. I don't like it.
Wait, it was Nika. I'll do Nika, Dawn, and Kenny. Did I do Nika yet?
Yeah, they were the ones. They were the last ones.
No, I don't think I did Nika.
Not yet.
December 3rd, 1990. All right, I'll do Nika, Dawn, and Kenny, and then I'm going to bed.
All right. Don's birthday's in here right now, so you can do Don first. Nika, you have to put your birthday in there.
She did. I just had to scroll up for it.
Okay. Let's see.
I think it's in here.
Oh, it's December 3rd, 1996.
Okay. Got a general question, Nika, or just a random pool?
No problem, Aaliyah. Nika, she said, do you have a question? Or is it just a random pull for you? Why do I have on here? Hold on, y'all. Come on. You must be connected to my computer downstairs.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Nika, I pulled a card for you. You got the Two of Wands. Okay. The wands are linked to creativity, drive, energy, enthusiasm, willpower, and outer world activities. Okay, so we've already gone through that. So, hang on. Two of Wands. Two of Wands and is an ambiguous card. It showed that a second, perhaps unexpected factor is entering into the situation at hand, something for which your plans have not allowed. There is an element of surprise. Sometimes this card indicates a choice must be made, which could be related to your work or creative endeavor. You're saying yes to a new enterprise with the expectation that you will achieve ownership, wealth, and good fortune. You've started something and are awaiting results. You may, however, have to deal with some unforeseen problems or encounter unexpected obstacles and opposition, such as a bank loan not coming through, a partner defecting, or a loss of support you were counting on. Sometimes this card can indicate a need to alter your course.
Okay. Nika's cards pretty much read the same every time. It usually deals with something in her past and her moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
If I were you, I mean, it's kind of similar to the last time you got this. And if I were you, I would move on and stop allowing people to dictate how things should roll in your life, especially if you're old enough to make those decisions on your own. Hold on a second, because I need my headphones. I must have them. His echo is irritating. Bitch. What the hell? Find them.
Sounds like 98. I took my first breath. Oh my god.
For you to make it simple, all you have to do is get out of your own way, and you have to stop letting other people's decisions affect your life. The cards for you read the same every time you get them because you're still allowing past things to plague you. So whatever is going on, find them, son of a bitch. So whatever's going on in your life, you need to be very careful about who you let in your space.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to be very careful about how you spend time with them. Because you don't want everybody in your space. Well, you don't need everybody in your space. Oh, shit.
All right.
Come on.
So, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So Dawn, I went ahead and pulled your card, and you have the Queen of Cups.
The Queen
Now,
of
Cups describe emotions, love, romance, social relationships, congenial situations, culture, comfort, intuition, and the unconscious. The love shown by these cards is not romantic love, but friendship and love of one fellow humans as well. Kindness, compassion, and geniality are depicted in the imagery of the suit. Thus, the cups are almost always considered positive. If there are negative factors in a reading, a cup card will negate the bad omen, help to make the situation better, or point it to a solution. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful and benevolent figure. She holds the ordinate chalice and gazes at it as if she could see visions of the future inside. Blah, blah, blah. Corresponding with the water element. An affectionate and loving woman, whether wife, mother, friend, or lover, she is wise in the ways of the human heart. Her attitude is one of receptivity and approachability. The Queen of Cups can represent any kindly woman in your life. If the Aquarian is a man, she may signify his wife or the woman he loves. I don't think we have that problem with Dawn. She is creative, perhaps an artist with visionary tendencies. Her psychic ability is highly developed and tends to be accurate. However, she tempers her intuitive nature with mature judgment. If she represents yourself, the above qualities apply through. They still may be undeveloped. If this queen does not represent a person, the situation she describes may concern a creative endeavor, relationship, or circumstance with a positive emotional tone. Dawn,
I think that's referring to your mother.
it's your mom, dude. Does any of this kind of describe her? Is she kind of like the one that holds like everybody down, and she's like the mafia mom?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to put you on blast on, but that's your mom.
It's your mom.
Let me see. I'm curious.
She said, "Yeah, I caught that."
Okay. The world.
She said, "Yes, my mom is our staple."
See? Okay, hold on. I got one more here. I want to see what this says. What's the world? The world, the world, the world.
She pulled one more card for you, Donnie.
Yeah, hang on. Okay. In many decks, the world. Okay, blah, 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 blah. The four corners of this card features a. Okay, that doesn't happen either. Okay. Bleh. It's not helping. Okay, this is the last card. It represents balance and support by unseen forces and symbolizes the end of the spiritual journey begin with the Fool. To embark upon the spiritual journey is to invite unseen forces to interact with us. These creative energies manifest in many ways and often serve as guides. You are entering a place of great power and sometimes great secrets, the realm of the sacred. To interface with this world is to be impacted in a way that is life-changing. Here you connect with supreme power, not the power of the material world, but of the invisible order that supports and nourishes our world and lives. When the world card appears in a reading, it is a signal that you have been guided to a successful conclusion of your spiritual journey. Success in all endeavors is assured. Everything is available to you and all is right with the world. Whatever you do now will prosper. A career change, a move to another place, a new relationship, recognition, rewards, acclaim. This is the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. You have mastered the complexities of your inner nature and feel supported by your inner resources. This is time of supreme self-confidence and victory. You have put your trust where it belongs in a higher power, and you will reap the rewards. Many possibilities and opportunities are available to you, and you are free to choose what you please.
Last time you did this, you pulled that card for me.
I think it's trying to tell you, Don, that your mom's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So first card is about your mom being your patriarch, right? And then within the time frame that will happen with her, and now you've had a lot of turmoil with it. It's telling you that has come to an end, and now you can move forward and rest easy about it. But I put it this way. My dad always says faith without works is nothing. And the Bible says it, so he quotes it often. But it has meaning in real world tendency. So despite this aspect of it being over and it being in the clear, there's still work to be done here. Talk to your mother. Make sure you keep close to her, but not helicoptering. Just keep an eye on her. And like I told you in the group chat, just be close to your mom and make sure you give her her flowers while she's here. That world card though not only talks about your personal relationship, but your professional relationship. Whatever you want to do professionally, you need to dive first into it and make that be one of the focus points of your life. You can do that and work at the same time. So you need to focus on your food business, your catering business. It will grow on its own because it's meant to be. So I hope that helps.
Okay. And Kenny wants to know when she's going to find the one, so this should be interesting.
Oh, Lord. Kenny don't never listen to me.
April 27,
Yes, I'm sure of this situation, but I'm still a bit tied into it. That's natural considering what happened. You're never going to be okay with that. But it's telling you to make your peace with it. So it is what it is. And your siblings, all y'all need to rally around your mom. And that's all you can do. He said it does help a lot. Iowa.
I'm glad I could help. All right, Kenny. Are you still here?
Hopefully she is.
Because, girl, you about to get read to filth. We got the 5 of Wands upside down.
Okay.
The Knight of Swords upside down.
The Knight of Swords, she's still here.
And the 3 of Cups upside down.
All of her cards are upside down.
And I am not taking, you know what? This is all on you, girl. So you're the one who wanted to know about your love life. Aren't you getting some, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Then she shouldn't need to worry about it. All right. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about competition in economic, social, or career areas. It signifies the mad scramble for money and power, success and recognition, with excess of greed and corruption. This card represents struggle in the marketplace. It also indicates that you are involved in ego battles with other people in your workplace or in the social arena. Often the image of the card shows 5 men fighting amongst themselves using their wands as weapons. When the Five of Wands is reversed, you must change and adapt to different and difficult situations. The new competition may be cutthroat, even dishonest, or underhanded. This could be litigation to resolve disputes, and your public image may suffer. Don't get involved with questionable or risky practices at this time, and be careful who you trust. Kenny, is there something you're not telling us about this person you hooking up with? Five. No, girl, he's not talking about 5 men. Called it quits. Douchebag. All right, let's read the other ones.
You said the card. Wait, the first card. It's the last part. He said, "Don't get involved with questionable what?
Questionable. Don't get involved in questionable or risky practices at this time, and be careful of whom you trust."
Yeah, that's about how the men you been messing with, and we all know that, including you. Yeah, we finna go on your ass today, Kenny. You asked the question. We finna be on your ass.
Girl, you want to know about your love life? I'm giving you what the. This is the This ain't me talking to you. This is the universe talking to you right now.
I'll take that blame. I'm talking to you. Yeah, man.
I'm literally slapping with the universe.
I tell you the damn truth. I don't like it.
Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is often shown. Let's see. King of Swords. He can represent a person who is overly aggressive or argumentative, who lives in attack mode. Or he can mean that you are aggressively pursuing a lifestyle that would allow you to live out your own philosophical ideas. She does want to be a mafia wife.
Yes.
When reversed, this knight loses his aggressiveness and becomes passive about a situation that requires action. He suggests you are delaying doing what is necessary, perhaps neglecting paperwork or communication. There could be a serious repercussions from withholding information. Who the fuck are you messing around with? This card is not a person. It can indicate, if this card is not a person, it can indicate that you are mentally closed off from a situation that desperately needs attention, thereby creating bad feelings in opposition. She's like, I sure did ask.
Damn. Now, the previous card says you're dealing with people that you ain't got no business dealing with. And this card is saying you ignoring it. And you keep going after those same people and ignoring the warning signs. Why? Why do you do that? She said, well, I was working with a legit loser. That was the sneaky link, and he was a douchebag, so I called it quit. You got to change the course, Mama. You got to change course. Whatever you are doing, you are attracting the same type of dude. It all goes back to the first dude you was with. All of them exhibit a similar behavior to them. I'm willing to bet they either are controlling, they're clingy, and obviously they give you what they need physically, but they all have a fuckboy behavior. All of them. But that comes back to you, King. Like, how can I put it? Why do you feel like these type of guys deserve your time? Why do you feel like you have to engage with these guys? Like, I get it, you're in a small town. and the pickings are slim, right? But like, that's why they make fucking dildos. They make dildos, they make bullets, like serious. I need someone who is the legit opposite of what I like. Like, I need a dude that goes like wearing sandals and dye hoodies. You can have a guy who is full of tattoos and listens to fucking Johnny Cash and dresses like a rock hipster, and he feels like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he won't be a douchebag. He actually will be a good guy. You're not obligated to pick a loser. So I don't know. I don't want to come across as a cool bitch, so I just entertain the truth. Hell no. No. No, kid. What? Kid. Having standards doesn't make you a prude bitch. I know I pick at Rico and I tell him you have to be a little bit more patient and relax on the height requirement because not everything comes wrapped up in a pretty bow the way you want it. But I understand him having standards. It's not a bad thing. Under no circumstances are you to accept a bunch of losers because you don't want to be perceived as an uppity prude bitch. No, you're a pride, and they have to. You are not obligated to give yourself to anyone. Because they don't deserve you. And that's the point.
She did it again.
She did it again?
She walked in like this. The fucking Frankenstein monster. I don't know if she's playing or what her deal is. I've never seen her do this before.
Maybe you should take it to the doctor?
I'm gonna read this last card to Kenny, and I'm gonna text my mom and see if she's awake. Cause I said Harley. She's like, huh, huh, huh. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
Okay, she goes back in her room and lays down. Go in there and gently like wake her up because she won't be sleepwalking now. Just go in there and gently wake her up and ask her if she's okay.
Yeah, Kenny. I'll actually DM you what this card means. I gotta go check on the kiddo. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, Alexa. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, she sleepwalked again. That's very difficult. I'll talk to Alexis about that later. Anyways, Kenny, you ain't getting off the hook. I'm still here. I heard the card. Okay, I'm still here. I'm on your ass. Okay, you need to get it together. Okay. She said, I like being a bitch sometimes. As someone who has not done the do for the opposite reasons, I don't feel like a prude. Aaliyah, I don't think you. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think you're asexual. I don't think you have a desire to have sex, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There are people who are asexual who I don't want to missexualize you. I want to make sure I'm calling it correctly, because I find that when we have these conversations, your answers about the opposite sex or even the same sex are, yes, they're pretty, but you don't really care to be in a relationship, or you don't really care to have a personal connection in that regard. And I'm just like, it makes me think that you're asexual. So I want to make sure I get the meaning right. Yeah, so asexual is someone who's not involving sexual activity, feelings, or associations you're non-sexual. So you're not really interested in that aspect of human connection, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not gonna shit on that. But that's what I get. I'm not saying that I'm right on that. I'm just saying that's the kind of vibe that I get from you. So anywho, do y'all see my egghead? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Don't make no damn sense. She sleepwalk again within an hour. Oh, good. Then I called it right. Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought it was right. Okay, so back to you, Kenny. Kenny is not asexual, okay? She's far from it. So she gotta get her shit together. First of all, absolutely not under any circumstances are you approved for wanting to have specifics. Do I think that sometimes people can go over with specifics? Yes. Yes, they can. For you, however, I feel like you have to be better at picking your partners. There's nothing wrong with wanting someone who likes to listen to the same music as you do, and you have a certain aesthetic that you're attracted to. You like guys with tattoos. White guys are your preference, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I say with Rico, do not close yourself off from other races, ethnicities, nationalities, the whole nine, because you can get a black guy who likes listening to Johnny Cash and has long dreads and has nice tattoos and is pretty like Carmelo Hayes, or he can be real caramely brown like Trick, okay, with all of the abs and all of that stuff. You can find the hidden gems in every race, ethnicity, and nationality. I want you to expand your horizons a bit more. I don't want you to be stuck in this little box of dating all these losers and constantly allowing them to be in your bed. I know that everybody always talks about sex as if it is just this thing that you do so you can stress relieve, makes you feel good, the big O makes you feel good, and everything like that. But there's another side to sex that people don't forget, that people don't realize. And there are soul ties here. What happens a lot is when you're connecting with someone, you take on their energies. And I don't like that. I find that people who are energy vampires are always the ones who are extremely toxic. And you end up embodying a lot of their behaviors because you are constantly in their presence and you are connecting with them on a very physical and personal level. And you just shouldn't do that with everyone. Everyone is not privy to your energy and to your sexual awakening. That is not right. I'm not saying you're not allowed to get out there and dip it and do it and have fun, but I'm saying be more selective about who you choose to do that with. Because if you treat sex as just something to help get your rocks off, you will objectify people and not see them for who they are, which is human beings. And that will in turn happen to you. You will become a trash can to someone who will constantly dump all their shit on you, constantly use you to suck up your energy and take everything from you. And you gain nothing from that. You gain nothing but an hour or two, maybe 5 minutes at the bare minimum of bliss. And then you're moving on and you're stuck where you started. So it's not a healthy way to find a mate, number one. But number two, it's not healthy for you, and not to put your business out there, but it's traumatic and it's re-triggering your trauma with other relationships. You are dealing with men, a matter of fact, little boys who are not ready for what you require. You can't have sex with a person who doesn't understand the ramifications of it. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they have a penis or not and they know how to use it. You need to understand the ramifications of the action in order to be able to effectively handle what comes with it. That's why the other guy you dealt with was attached, because he didn't understand that you didn't want that. I like her. We're going to move in together. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. That's because people get attached when they're having sex and they don't realize it. They don't understand it. They generally believe that they're in a relationship with you because you're having sex regularly. You're hanging out. That's what most people do when they are in relationships. So it can become a routine, innate thing. And before you know it, you're thinking, oh, let me call him because we're together. And you're not together. You're just banging boots, man. Not everybody's able to detach like that. You've got to learn how to weed them out. If you're going to have relationships like that, you have to be able to weed them out. If not, then being in a relationship or having a sneaky leak style of a relationship, which is more of a situationship, isn't going to work for you either. Because no matter what, the people are going to become attached. Someone's going to get attached, be it you or the guy. Someone's going to get attached. Oh no, Casanova is fine, so I can't cut that race out. No, I can't stand toxic people because my ex a fucking doozy. I've never been so damn negative in my life. I need the positive vibes, but you are still dating him. You understand that, like, and when I say that, I mean it. Like, there are ramifications of him that have marked you, and therefore, when you seek partnership, you are comfortable in the toxicity. That is why you have gone through the other guys that you have gone through, because of the toxicity that you were in before. That has marked you, and it is a part of your state of comfort because that's all you know when it comes to relationships. Bottom line is you got to find a new normal. So I know listen to music is always your thing and you love music, but I would highly recommend you get an Audible membership. You can get it for like 30 days for free. I need you to find a book that can kind of help you boost your self-esteem. And I would look for books that are more geared towards girls like you. You're not a conventional black girl. You're not worried about long ass weaves and the next Cardi B album. You're not doing that. Like, can you have a certain aesthetic? You don't fit in that typical black girl box. You're not a stereotype, which most black women aren't. We're not a monolith. So I would find a book to listen to that can kind of help you get out of this state of mind. And if you don't want to listen to a book, I don't know, maybe change your environment and find new people to hang around. Change how you date. Instead of looking online or anything like that, go out and go to the park, date yourself for a little while and learn how to love Kenny better so Kenny chooses better, and stop letting people decide for you what's best for you, because these guys are trash. I mean, they're exhibiting behavior that you recognize, therefore you're attracted to them. So go the opposite direction and see where that leads you. I don't want you to date anyone who isn't worth your time. You're a pretty girl, you're funny, you're smart, you are talented. You don't have to settle to make somebody else feel better. You're a strong woman. You can do this. It's not difficult. It seems difficult, but it really isn't. You know a fuckboy when you see him. You're well aware of that. You're well aware of that. I would recommend you be celibate for a while. Like, I know it sounds rough. Give yourself a month. No sex. You can date all you want. You know, you can make out with guys if you want when you go on dates, but be celibate for a little while and see where that takes you. Sometimes we let our sexual nature think for us and lead us, and that always is never a good idea. Just trust me. Try dating instead of fucking. Just go out on dates if you want, and then I would date myself. Like, take yourself out to the movies every now and then, or take yourself out to a nice dinner if you want. If you're going vegan, you want to try a new vegan spot, go to that new vegan spot for yourself. And then if you don't want to feel like you're by yourself, you know what you do. You can go in the group chat while you're eating dinner and we'll talk to you. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? She's like, girl, yes, I can do that. Sex get on my nerves sometimes. Like, get the fuck out, man. I'm telling you, it's not difficult. Sometimes sex can be a distraction. Although it is a good release, sometimes it can be a good reset. I wouldn't let it be your focal point. I would just go a couple, let's knock it down to like 2-3 weeks. No sex, just you kind of getting yourself together and trying to focus on Kenny. And then you move forward from there and you just start making better decisions. Don't waste your time with people who are not giving you what you're requiring. You are not approved because you require someone to be on time, and you require that they don't smell like ass. You require that they're not a child. You require that they actually treat you with respect, okay, and value your time. That is not approved. That is someone who has goals and someone who values themselves. You don't have to be worried or concerned about what other people think, because at the end of the day, nobody has agency over Kenny but Kenny. So you just gotta do better at picking your partners, man. And that's all. That's all you can do. So I hope that helps. All right, I've been going 3 hours strong. I'm tapped out. I'm kind of scared for Alexis because she said Harley's sleepwalking. So I'm gonna DM her when I get done with you guys and see if she's okay, because she's kind of freaked out. So you guys make sure you follow me here on YouTube. I'm going to do a couple videos and talk about some of the things that have happened on wrestling as of lately. And I'm also going to post on my Instagram. You already know that I'm banned from going live over there, so I'll probably be going live over here from now on for quite some time. With all that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here, even though only 6 of y'all left. I know it was a long time, trying time, honey. But listen, love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Last month, it was a picture of some girl who was missing, and she looked exactly like me, and I was shocked. And the picture was posted on Facebook. Well, Nika, everybody has a doppelganger somewhere. I don't know what to tell you, babe. Other than don't worry about it and just pray that the girl that was missing gets home safely. Because that's not always the case with us melanated people, okay? Like I said, this was Therapy Thursday, and we try to keep it lighthearted and fun over here. But I know a lot of people like to be able to vent so they can get their frustrations out. And if I can help, I will help. Alexis kind of helps with the tarot cards and makes it a little bit fun. But tarot reading isn't my thing. I just interpret what she reads so that it can help. And I hope everybody who asked for a little bit of clarity got that clarity, especially you, Kenny. I'm going to be on your ass. I hope you got that clarity, and I will see you guys next time. More than likely, I'll be back live tomorrow after SmackDown to talk about what happened, the fallout. We are on the last day before Sunday's Extreme Rules. There are no announcements to the stipulations of these matches, which is a little weird. But yeah, and then we'll be on to the draft. So everything is moving pretty quickly, and we'll be back next week with another Therapy Thursday. I don't know if Alexis will be here next week, but I'll be here next week. Okay? See you guys next time.